喂喂喂喂喂，早晨，早晨，係咪開咗啦？下午好啊，早晨，早晨啊，黑子，早晨 Smoky，早晨松江下雪，早晨阿媽，我而家要去煮麵，我而家啱啱起身，好攰啊，我唔想起身啊，唉，今日遲到唔好意思，我而家要行去煮麵。冇遲到，遲咗到啊，遲咗到啦！而家已經16分啦，好攰啊！話說我喺度諗緊咧，要唔要開嗰個咁嘅鬼嘅？嗰個咧而家咧好即係點啊？嗰個性騷擾廣告，即係咧嗰個叫咩啊？戀與心控，我諗緊要唔要開，但係咧。因為咧即係我本身我有啲期待，但係咧其實咧開完嚟玩啦，玩咗一陣咧，我覺得其實佢啲唔知，我唔知係我要求高定點。其實我覺得佢啲劇情又未去到話哇搞唔撚掂啊，我唔得啦咁樣樣。可能係人嘅成長啊，我已經係一個成長咗嘅人啦，我唔會咁容易俾人攻陷。想擤鼻涕。同埋我覺得你哋對呢啲叫乜嘢啊？呢啲女性向遊戲咧，你哋應該唔係好有呢個興趣。同埋我覺得好忙，我覺得我應該要咧，因為我覺得我今日咧會玩完呢個叫咩啊？你有冇問題 ？OK。我覺得我今日咧會玩完呢一個上帝之柱嘅，終於到。跟住然後咧，我應該要忙碌我嘅正事先，我唔知點解2月咁忙，跟住仲要整公仔，總之好忙好忙。睇法花痴會好有趣，但係可惜並冇啊！佢未去到佢嘅男人冇一個令我瘋狂。唔係，但係我覺得咧，如果開嘅話咧，我覺得你哋會對呢個溝女 game 係有趣過溝仔 game。嗰啲仔啊，我想講咧，我覺得我咁好彩，我唔係開，即係我特登係喺開上帝之柱嘅時候咧嚟呢個吐槽呢個叫咩啊？戀與心痛。 即係如果我一係開戀與心胸，然後吐槽戀與心胸，我覺得會俾咧嗰啲老婆啊，我會俾人燒死，會俾人圍攻。因為其實咧，我覺得即係我唔知你哋知唔知啊？咁啊，戀與心胸有3個男人，我要去攞我個面好似得。救命！啱啱去攞個面咧，唔知做乜鬼，突然間濕痕，跟住咧俾啲湯淥到。瞓醒未啊？瞓醒未啊？係啊！我想講咧，呢個戀與心胸咧有3個男人，跟住咧我唔知你哋知唔知？其實而家冇圖好難講，但係總之就係有一個係連下嘅。有一個係連上嗱，我講嘅連下同埋連上咧係用 feeling 嚟講，而唔係真係佢哋嘅年齡嚟講。有可能其實佢哋全部都老過我，定或者全部都後生過我唔知。總之就係一個係連下，一個係連上，有一個係玩家，係有啲3個 type 喺入邊。因為咧本身咧因為我覺得連下咧連下係即係點講好咧？連下係。我應該係會當佢係細佬咁寵嗰啲，但係唔會做到男朋友嗰一種。跟住咧，但係咧連上就唔同啦。我發現咧，我每一次咧都會被連上攻略。係啊，跟住咧係啊 Twitter 嗰人同我講話佢連上，算啦，我唔連上唔等於大叔。我冇，雖然大叔就係一個好連上嘅人，但係連上唔等於大叔。呢個真係呢個唔得。BGM 要細啲，好大聲。話說我想講咧，而家嘅 BGM 有冇 echo 啊？唔知發生咩事喎？原來前幾次開台 BGM 都有 echo， 我以為隻 game 自己有啦。跟住去到打麻雀嘅時候咧，嗰啲女人咧講嘢把聲好尖噶嘛，跟住咧，然後佢個 echo 咧係勁到哇！原來我隻 game 開咗 echo 我都唔知，唉搞一搞先。搞等等啊！有冇好啲？有冇好啲而家？有冇好啲啊而家？
Many bore witness to her miracle.
點解佢一開波講嘢？上次講到邊啊？我想入去嘅啫，但其實我想繼續講呢個戀與心胸。
But where? It came to me in a dream. It was Kingsbridge. But I wondered.
OK， 我哋行出去先。哇，好嘈啊！呢個市集，我要離開，我要去。我要離開呢一度，有冇得離開呢度 ？OK， 你已經諗唔起咩情況，我覺得陣間先諗。我係想繼續講呢個戀與心胸嘅男人。我想分享一下咧，我咧玩咗每一個男人接觸咗一段劇情之後嘅感想，即係咧，我覺得咧。即係佢有個連下啦，連下就係佢嗰個咧銀色頭髮嘅僆仔啦，我諗應該係大家見得最多噶啦嗰個人。 雖然我覺得其實演算法唔會推你哋去睇啲廣告咯，演算法係咪唔會推即係如果你係男用家，唔會推你去睇啲女性向廣告？我發現唔係毒撚嘅都唔會受到推嘅，通常咧係啲毒撚 friend 你先會，我今日又俾沈星梅騷擾，跟住咧，咁總之就係啦，一個年下啦，呢個係成 game 最主要嘅人啦。我覺得呢個年下咧係全你竟然睇過3-4次，睇嚟 YouTube 覺得你有需要。跟住咧，我啱啱講到邊？好似其實我唔係講緊呢個年下嘅問題。係啊，不過都係，我好似係講到話咩如果年上嘅話咧，就係有機會攻略我嘅人。係，我都唔明㗎。通常咧，我自己本身我都覺得自己係中意年下多啲，因為我會覺得年下嗰啲好可愛，跟住就會好想摸頭。跟住咧，但係咧，我永遠都係要叫咩臣服於呢個年上嘅石榴裙之下，唔知點解。所以咧，係啦，咁我去玩啦。咁之後咧，我都覺得應該係年上，因為年上一開波咧嗰一段咧，佢已經好年上啦，令我覺得咧，我要即刻收聲，我要聽呢個哥哥講嘢。即係點咧？即係年上，我覺得年上同年下嘅魅力就係年下就係你係可以係咁去玩鳩佢，年上咧我就係要聽話話，成為一個大和虎子。點解我突然間話自己係大和虎子？就係因為跟住我覺得我要聽醫生講嘢，跟住咧，同埋咧，我覺得女主勁煩咯，佢唔知做乜鬼，睇個醫生勁多爹條友，人哋幫佢即係點講好啊？你睇醫生，人哋攞去嗰個叫咩啊？醫生嗰個探叫乜鬼嘢？我唔知啊。總之嗰嚿嘢嚟 check 你嗰啲叫咩心跳係平衡嗰啲乜鬼嘢，個肺有冇痰啊嗰啲嘢。咁你係靜靜地感受呢個時刻啦，佢係咁喺度嘈，唔知嘈乜嘢啊？係啦，咁總之咧，一開始咧，醫生俾我嘅感覺咧，就係一個高冷、成熟、穩重，係啦，同埋好難接近嘅男人啊，令我覺得哇，醫生好正，係啊，同埋佢個樣，我覺得係3個入邊最正。跟住咧，咁我覺得佢好正啦。跟住然後咧，但係咧去到中間咧，唔知突然間咧有啲咩奇怪劇情喎，即係我發現啦，因為我之前冇玩過嗰啲咩戀與製作人，我淨係玩過啲線性嘅 game， 即係成個故事係即係你揀選擇啦，由一至到尾咁樣樣咧，順住條線咁去。因為咧，我諗緊其實佢呢隻 game 係咪唔係線性？因為咧去到中期咧有一段啦，唔知係咪抽到卡定做乜鬼？因為咧佢突然間有一段係講話我同呢個醫生約會，即係明明其實我同佢嗰個關係應該係處於呢一個即係由零開始啊嘛，即係佢係一個佢係即係叫咩？佢係一個佢係一個純粹係睇我病嘅醫生。咁突然間咧，原來我哋係青梅竹馬嚟嘅，跟住咧仲青梅竹馬仲唔講，唔知點解嗰個醫生突然間喺呢一段劇情入邊咧，佢嗰個佢突然間變到對嗰個女主角咧。係特別好喎，跟住我就真係唔係特別好啊，即係點講好咧？佢講嘢好強，即係我發現佢醫生唔醫病嘅時候講嘢就好強，我唔知佢做乜嘢，跟住咧，總之佢令我覺得好奇怪，跟住佢由本身最高好感度咧變到做呢個奇怪嘅人，跟住咧即係佢點奇怪咧？佢會。即係佢首先佢會無啦啦串鳩你啊，但係咧佢又會同你講一啲咧突然間好撚曖昧嘅嘢，即係我雖然我咁講好似咧都唔即係其實普通嗰啲 game 都係咁，但係咧因為佢嗰個節奏掌握得唔好啊，即係我覺得咧呢啲係咪叫欲擒故縱定係唔係？我唔清楚，即係佢個節奏掌握得唔好，搞到咧我覺得呢個人好 cam 咯，救命！呢度唔可以有醫生嘅 fans。我發現咧，佢好多 fans，我會俾人打死。食個麵先。 住即係咧男主角啊，沈星回我覺得就唔使講嘅，佢就係一個吉祥物之類咁嘅嘢咯，即係佢而家係我隻 game 係由佢嚟開門口啊，我每日入去咧我就會見到佢有瞓覺，我覺得佢係囊括晒所有女仔都啱嘅點喺入邊，即係冇人會唔中意沈星回，但係唔會去到十分之中意咯，因為佢就好似一個你要湊嘅小朋友一樣個感覺。跟住咧，係啊，總之就其實沈星回就冇咩好講啊。我仲未去玩到佢嗰啲摸佢個身，摸去係咯，摸來摸去嗰啲劇情，即係我仲係一個大和虎子，我都唔想咁激進。係啊，總之但係就算我想唔想咁激進，我都仲未去到嗰啲劇情啦。然後咧，最後一個咧就係呢個玩家啦，即係又稱渣男啦。跟住咧，總之就係一個比較自我啦，又中意溝女嘅 type 啦。我發現呢條友咧係真正嘅潛力股，唔知係咪因為醫生失勢啊？即係喺我嘅內心領域入邊咧，醫生失勢。跟住咧呢個渣男，已經叫咗佢做渣男 type。呢個渣男咧成為咗咧呢個叫乜嘢啊？3個入邊咧，我最得我歡心嘅人，突然間暫時，即係今日話我係呢個春卷都係佢，跟住我就覺得啊，佢講嘢好有趣，但係咧，其實咧，我對於渣男有好感嘅起點咧，唔係呢啲，而係咧。琴日咧，我唔知點解系統無啦啦判斷咗我生日，即係我記得咧，我咧就唔係 set 琴日生日嘅，然後我 check 翻啦，琴日亦都唔係人一嚟嘅，但係唔知點解咧，嗰3個男人都覺得我係琴日生日，咁可能系統覺得我需要生日啦，咁之後咧係啦，就3個男人咧都喺度送生日禮物俾我啦，咁之後咧。即係咧，唉，我唔得，我覺得啊，我知有咩問題啦，我覺得醫生差咗一份 S 氣啊，佢唔夠，佢少咗一份 S 嘅味道，跟住咧，佢即係咧，我去叫佢唱生日歌啦，嗰個女主角，其實我唔使去唱生日歌，咁但係咧，佢係唱生日歌啦，叫佢，跟住咧個醫生就照唱。因為我覺得你唔好唱你個角色唔適合唱生日歌，你唔好唱啊！跟住總之就係咁樣，咁然後咧，我就好正常咁唱嗰首生日歌嚟嘅，多謝。然後咧，呢個沈星回咧都係照舊賣萌啦，佢係話佢突然間唔記得生日歌點唱，然後好認真咁諗咗一諗，跟住佢又識唱，咁我覺得冇問題。最犀利就係呢個嗰個叫咩啊？話說咧，嗰個渣男我去到而家都唔知佢個名點讀，佢個名勁難讀。嗰個渣男，嗰個渣男，佢唱我又係要求佢唱生日歌俾我聽啦。然後咧，佢同我講話咧，佢想唱外語版嘅生日歌俾我聽，一啲我唔明嗰個叫咩，即係一啲我唔明嘅文啊，係啊，因為呢個人咧，佢咧係即係點講好有錢啊，周遊列國啊，跟住咧，所以佢識好多國語言啊，咁樣啦，跟住咧，然後咧，咁佢同我講話咧，佢要唱唔知乜鬼咩爪哇文嘅生日歌俾我聽，跟住咧，我就話咧，我想聽我聽得明嘅語言咁樣啦，跟住然後咧，係啦，跟住然後佢嚟了咯，跟住佢突然間佢就好啦，佢個表面咧好似好平靜咁，既然你想聽，咁我唱俾你聽咯，咁樣啦，跟住但係咧。佢嗰個叫咩？佢嗰個 3D 個人咧，我發現到咧，佢嗰個耳仔勁紅咯，跟住我就心諗，哇！我第一次覺得係喺隻 game 入邊咧見到咧係可愛到 ，Oh my God！ 呢個真係可愛嘅東西。咁樣咧，所以咧暫時咧。 個渣男咧就成為咗咧我3個新寵入邊啦，我覺得最危險嘅男人。係新寵嘅，我覺得佢哋超越唔到我以前玩過嘅 gal game 嘅男人。我以前玩嘅 gal game 嘅男人係真係中撚咗邪啊，係會好到咧。我唔知啊，我要講我以前玩過嘅 gal game。其實咧我玩嘅 gal game 唔係好多，我玩過嗰個叫咩？嗰個咩美男大澳。係美男大澳，我係因為淨係我冇課金，我淨係玩咗佢攞嚟，即係叫咩？攞嚟引你入局嗰個人咯，淨係我玩咗嗰個男人，然後嗰個男人係毒舌 S 屬性嘅，我記得佢係，跟住咧又係咧毒舌 S 屬性咧呢樣嘢咧係要去到好感度好高嘅時候先可以做，咁但係咧我可能我個人咧同一般人嘅嗰個咁樣，其實個個人都唔同。總之我覺得唔撚啱佢，搞到我好撚嘈，係啊，跟住咧，所以咧就係啦，佢就係啦，我唔會課金，好嬲。跟住咧，然後咧就係玩呢個叫神秘信使嘅神秘信使，我覺得係手機遊戲 gal game 神作，係咪 gal game？唔係喎，我想問 gal game 嘅意思係乜嘢到底？呢啲女性向遊戲算唔算 gal game？定係呢啲要叫乙女遊戲？神秘信使，我覺得你哋都唔會識噶啦呢啲。呢個神秘信使咧，呢個神秘信使入邊嘅所有角色咧，係幾乎全部都係熱角嚟，我覺得。美少女戰士先係 gal game， 乙女遊戲 OK，gal 係咩意思啊？所以乙女遊戲係啊，呢個乙女遊戲入邊嘅神秘信使係真正嘅神作。佢呢隻 game 令到我凌晨5點彈起身，即係想當年我仲未去到凌晨5點先瞓覺，但係呢隻 game 會令到我凌晨5點彈起身，然後朝早7點再彈起身，就係為咗要聽嗰啲男人嘅訊息。屌，我隻眼有問題，我見到美少女戰士遊戲發生咩事？美少女遊戲係 OK， 即係所以 gal 呢個字係解美少女，原來係咁噶。好啦。gal 印象係辣妹咁解，不過 gal game 就係美少女遊戲咁，即係點啊？即係其實佢意思就係話辣妹係美少女。gal game 係咪咁樣啊？唔知啊，是但啦。總之原來呢啲唔係叫 gal game， 呢啲叫乙女遊戲。有冇簡稱嘅乙遊？是但啦。總之就係咁啦。我想講，跟住咧，然後咧，但係咧，如果你哋想玩神秘信使咧，我記得嗰個叫咩啊？繁體中文版嘅代理係已經執咗，所以如果想玩咧，係要去玩英文版，即係要磨練英文力。但係咧，我係喺佢繁體出嘅時候玩嘅，所以咧係啊。總之就係咁樣啦。嗰陣時咧，我仲重課晒佢所有劇情。呢隻 game 係非常之好嘅，佢唔會叫你抽卡嘅，佢係純粹係叫你去課金係開一個男人條線，因為咧佢唔使課嘅男人入邊咧，都已經有一個係熱角嚟嘅， 然後佢想課嘅男人，佢非常之清楚究竟呢個世界需要啲乜嘢。佢想課嘅男人全部都係熱角嚟嘅，係啊，總之就係咧。然後我喺呢個神秘信使入邊嘅推咧，呢個推就係建立咗我中意呢個年上男人嘅起點啊。我覺得自己好似好膚淺，但係咧，我發現咧，我真係好受落呢個霸道總裁愛上我嘅劇情。我真係咧，我喺入邊咧，因為咧入邊有一個角色咧要課金嘅角色咧，佢係呢個霸道總裁，跟住我最後咧，我係叫咩沉淪咗喺呢個霸道總裁嘅手入邊，我已經走唔出去。我嗰陣時係成年都走唔出去。因為咧，總之就係咁樣。我覺得呢隻 game 咧，佢其實佢好短暫，佢每條線咧就係1個禮拜啦。但係佢喺呢1個禮拜入邊咧，就已經可以令到你嘅內心翻雲覆雨。真係好咧。然後聽人哋講係因為呢隻咧係其實我玩得好少咯，呢啲乙女 game。但係咧係，然後我都玩咗呢個，跟住咧，所以咧。我覺得咧喺呢個係冇嘢可以超越到佢啦，已經。所以咧，如果咧喺呢個即係叫咩？即係如果喺呢個 gal game 入邊講，唔係 gal game 咪屌又講錯。乙女 game 入邊嚟講，我依然咧都仲係停留喺呢個神秘信使入邊。而家啲男人都係出嚟玩下，真正嘅老公咧，永遠都係一個神秘信使入邊嘅總裁。OK， 我食完個麵，然後我哋今日開始我哋嘅最後一集嘅。一個上帝之柱啊，佢終於最後一集，我覺得應該好快就完，因為而家講到啲人全部都翻晒嚟。上回提要下先，應該係講到話咧，我哋個女人啊，我哋嗰個叫咩啊？嗰個女人叫咩名啊？哇！原來我哋係佢飛離譜係啦，總之就係講到咧嗰個女人咧千里尋夫啦，終於揾到佢個 Jack 啦。咁然後佢同佢個 Jack 咧就決定要翻嚟呢度咧重振呢個教堂。好，我哋睇下佢哋想講乜。
The Weeping Madonna has chosen you, all of you. Excuse me, don't interrupt. You must be thinking, how can he be so sure?
我想同呢兩個人答話，然後俾隔離啲人屌，唔好阻住佢睇戲。
You heard me correctly.
咁你收聲先啦。
It was a long journey.
What country did you say you
你
came
邊度嚟㗎？
We have traveled all the way from a place of wonders too marvelous to behold.
哇！呢個神父咁講嘢。
Of Africa.
Africa has many countries, I've heard.
Yes, it does. And I will tell you again.
What's it like in Africa?
The sun is always shining, and miracles happen every day. It's a land of great
我覺得作為一個神父咧，佢咁樣咧喺度宣傳賣藝咧，呢個係有失身份。
Like these horses.
我一個
Are
守
they
舊的人。
horses?
They are not. To you, they might resemble horses, but the name the Africans have for these creatures is
我哋飛利浦係咪可以作出？
impossible to pronounce, even for me. I will tell you again, dear brothers and sisters.
You mentioned there were fig trees in Africa. What are they?
It's a fruit, of course. It looks like a strawberry and tastes like a pear.
The scripture mentions these figs, and they sound nothing like that. Why is that?
No two apples look or taste alike. The same goes for figs, and doubly so.
I'm getting the impression that this man has never even been to Africa. But why would he lie?
所以菲利普去過非洲嘛？無花果係咩？我都唔知。佢
Brothers and
咁
sisters,
講，但係我都唔知咩無花
I have
果。
heard that life has not been kind to Kingsbridge, but it is in places like these,
你
and
識
in
吹光
dark
頭佬？
times like these,
移動嘅聖
that
詞，
God's light shines brightest.
呢啲係啲人俾嘅捐款，
And along the road,
佢有啲奇
from
怪。
Paris, across
佢哋唔係基
Normandy,
督徒，
over the sea, and all the way to Kingsbridge. Devout Christians have given money for the building of the church of
觀
the
眾
Weeping Madonna.
My dear people,
Oh, I'm so excited to see a true miracle.
Did you hear that? The Madonna has chosen us.
She's come all the way from Africa.
This church of Kingsbridge.
tell me the truth. Why are you here?
We are guardians of the Holy Virgin that sheds tears. We were appointed by the Archbishop of Canterbury.
呢班人係真係俾人呃咗，定係其實佢哋都係扮？
Through Europe,
Oh, yes. How did that happen?
she speaks without words.
I will tell you again, dear brothers and sisters. The Weeping Madonna has
即係
chosen
點啊？佢喺個馬個背脊嗰度整咗兩嚿屎，
Horses.
跟住佢就係一個駱駝。
brothers and
Feels
sisters.
like a wicker basket covered in pelt.
I have heard
哦，咁你即刻掹起佢嚿嘢咯，
been kind.
跟住啲人就會話佢虐待動物。
What do you think of this procession?
They seem well intended, and we could use the money.
But it is in places
咦，佢話俾啲錢我哋嘅咩？
and in dark times like these.
Please, everyone.
Shines brightest.
We want to listen to his story.
And
瑪麗，
along the road from
咦？
Paris across
你個仔翻嚟啦，瑪麗？唔係喎，瑪麗係邊個啊？
If it's too loud for you.
瑪麗唔係
over
喎
the，sea and all the way to
Mary.
Kingsbridge.
瑪麗係邊個啊？之前有呢個人嘅咩？
Given
可憐嘅 Mary，
the building of the church of the Weeping Madonna.
Jonathan,
They're about to show the
我哋
miracle.
要 show 個 miracle 啦！
This church,
Brother Reynolds.
Kingsbridge.
I've heard of a Reynolds from the coast. A scheming drunkard who lives as a traveling monk.
you think that's him?
Perhaps it is, perhaps it's not. I don't trust him either way.
I could have continued to carry her from town to town until my
哦，
flesh succumbed.
佢個仔已經大咗啦，變到勁 Q。
But I wondered, what shrine should be her shelter? This time, it was the Madonna herself who answered my questions. I will tell you again, dear brothers and sisters.
入去啦你唔係要入去咩？
Madonna has chosen you, all of you.
問呢個男仔叫咩名？問呢個男仔點解
You must wonder.
要匿埋？問佢想唔想見證奇蹟？
Bridge chosen
你叫咩名啊？
I am Philip. Who are you, young
She
man?
said, You shall build me a new church.
Don't you want to see the
Kingsbridge."
miracle too?
So we set off with the blessing of Archbishop Theobald of Canterbury.
That's
And
not
I
fit
will
for a
tell you
shrine.
again. She
Nothing
is a
sacred
true
about
miracle
this.
that will change your life as she changed mine.
What is in this book will not help me more than the answers I can find in my own heart.
Before it dawned upon me, she wanted to go home. It came to me in a dream. It was is Kingsbridge. Can you feel it? Brothers and sisters, you are about to witness a miracle. The Madonna knows how you have suffered. The Virgin Mother had to witness the rise and fall of her Son, our Lord Jesus Christ, and never stopped believing. Kingsbridge has endured many hardships. Prior James left you before his time when you needed him the most. Your old cathedral was burned to the ground.
How do you know this?
And your new one collapsed even before construction was finished. You have suffered the ruthless destruction of your market, homes, and lives.
Dada.
All of you have lost husbands, wives, and children, family and friends.
Dada.
All of you know how it is to be hungry and afraid.
Jack. Aliena.
Philip.
But this is...
A miracle, isn't it? Or something along those lines.
But how?
我哋就咁好突然嘅相遇咗。
Tommy a home.
The boy? Your boy?
Well, Philip? Do you recognize him? Our little Tommy?
Tommy? But...
呢個係咩一回事？
Just what are you doing here with these people? Do you think I wouldn't notice it's all artifice? Your camels are horses. Your shrine is an old cart with decorations. And Reynold is just a dubious man speaking nothing but lies. Remigius has heard of him and nothing good.
The camels were a bit much, weren't they?
如果我唔去調查，係咪就冇呢啲嘢同佢講？
For your priory and for Kingsbridge.
Really?
We can start anew. We can rebuild the cathedral.
What's the catch?
I'll get to be master builder.
哦，
Why?
I've studied the cathedrals, churches, and houses they build in France and Spain. I saw how different their constructions were, with new shapes, colours,
因為
and
佢對於
ideas.
建築咁有
You should have
堅
seen it.
持
They。combined rib vaulting and pointed arches. I want to do that. That's why.
Why here?
Because this is home.
批判佢嘅謊言，懷疑啲錢唔夠。批判佢嘅謊言有乜所謂？錢唔夠就大問題。佢嗰度嗰個兜錢。
The townspeople probably think that's enough to build a whole cathedral. But to me, it looks like about £100. You know, that won't even pay for a year's work.
Like all of this, it's a symbol. Enough for a fresh start.
And the Madonna will stay here. Kingsbridge will attract visitors and donations again.
You mean I should be thankful for these lies and tricks?
Jack! Aliena! You came back!
We wanted to see you, little sister.
How are you?
Oh, I'm fine. But look at you! And the little one!
Tommy.
How are the others?
Alfred left Kingsbridge. Richard shows up every now and then, and Ellen returned to the forest.
We need to visit her.
What's wrong, Mother?
I'm glad you're back.
I am too. Very glad.
She looks like she's about to cry.
She will weep for your suffering, Kingsbridge. She knows your pain.
What now?
The miracle!
Her eyes are wet.
Her eyes!
Look at her.
They're shining!
She cannot hold her tears any longer.
She is made of wood. It's impossible.
Why are you weeping?
She is mute ever since her husband died.
The Madonna has suffered as I have. She understands.
呢個係妹嚟㗎。 呢個都係阿 Jack 嗰邊嘅妹嚟㗎，佢點解突然間就濕咗聲10幾年喎？突然間講嘢，有嗰啲咩喺輪椅度無啦啦，佢企咗起身啊！佢係做咗呢個神職咯，我懷疑佢係阿 Jack 俾錢請翻嚟。
But we can't afford to hire help. Without farming and fairs, we're back to Prior James's time.
All these past years, my advice was good enough for you. But it appears you've changed your mind now, again.
It is time we started doing something to wake up and make Kingsbridge what it used to be. We did before and we can do it again.
I'm not willing to accept a risk like that. Don't you remember what happened last time? My, how easily we forget.
I remember well.
And still, you put your trust into a group of random strangers to make things better. Philip, why in God's name have you stood by and let this happen? They're tricking us into giving them money for false idols.
They are giving us money.
So that we'll place this idol in our priory? Do you approve of this?
我點解要回應佢呢個問題？我唔可以唔回應佢，好煩啊！有錢咪係咯，你咁多嘢講做咩啫？依家我哋要起教堂啊！想當年嗰個咁嘅嘢，我哋都接受咗嗰個叫咩？嗰個我哋去揾皇上，然後問隔離嗰個咩夏朗俾錢，我哋都接受咗佢哋呢啲咁樣嘅咁乜鬼嘢？賄賂嘢，呢度又曾經搞過啲咩市集，我哋都唔係啲咩好純潔嘅人，唉，要接受呢個奇蹟，冇錢啊，有乜接受唔接受？你變啲錢出嚟啊，雷米二五仔嚟嘅，我都唔乸明嘅，即係其實雷米係沃爾倫嗰邊嘅人嚟啊嘛，都唔知點解佢喺度咁撚累。都唔撚除佢呢個眼中釘。哎呀，我搞到我好似好撚戇鳩咁嘅感覺，所以我唔想回應佢呢個問題。
I'm warning you. I cannot support a prior who tolerates heresy.
Your threat won't sway me.
你話我係異教徒啊！佢而家。
Their return and their gift are a blessing.
You made your decision, Philip of Gwynedd. And now, I make mine.
你離唔開呢個廚房啊！
I'm leaving the priory.
雷米啊，唔好走啊，雷米！
You got so big, Tommy.
雖然話咧，阿雷米咧係二五仔，但係佢跟咗我咁多年，我唔捨得佢走。我阿媽好似冇老到咁。
Tom would have been proud of you, of both of you.
Is she still here? Tom's wife.
Oh, no. Martha and I moved her to Kingsbridge. She's with Tom now.
Oh.
He always wanted that.
Ellen, we found Jack's family in Cherbourg.
The place he came from wasn't Cherbourg, it was Cherbourg.
But really? What were they like?
They were good people.
His grandmother said Jack looked just like him, like his father.
He does. But they never came for him or asked about him.
They thought he was dead. His ship sunk. He'd always wanted to go to England.
Have you ever heard of the White Ship?
No.
The king's family drowned.
My father was there. He was the only one who survived.
Not for long.
我又知
He told me that he was accused of stealing a chalice.
Yes. But I know he was innocent. I heard the story and had to find out what he looked like. He told me his name.
都
I fell
係
in
啊。
love. I helped him escape. But in the
如
end,
果佢
they
唔係
caught
唯一
up with
生
us.
還者，又點會嚟到呢度？
What happened then?
They hanged him. I was there. And you were there, Jack. But you weren't born yet. He was led to the gallows. Everyone was quiet. The people somehow knew he was not a thief. But I knew for sure. He told me. He was so afraid. He didn't want to die. I didn't want him to die. And I prayed. Then I heard his voice. Quiet.
Sang sweeter than ever, as if the falling melody might wing and net dissever. At dusk the hunter took his prey, the lark his freedom never. No!
安定個大肚婆，動胎氣嘅咁會。
You said that 3 men were responsible for Father's death.
Who were they?
The Sheriff of Shiring, Percy Hamley, Prior James of Kingsbridge, and Archdeacon Waileran Bygod. They showed no mercy. Neither did I.
早晨拉桑，
I curse you!
哇會動胎氣㗎。
Will return to haunt you. One day you will be judged for what you did. Your houses shall be consumed by fire. Your life shall end in pain and agony. You shall grow old in sadness
哇，
and
玉依倫個
regret.
樣，心諗你繼續放屁啊你！
The people they killed will return to haunt them. I promised them.
所以我哋而家要
We
去
welcome
揾阿
our
玉
new
依倫，
prior
係啦，
Remigius.
玉依倫已經喺度啦。
He helped to
我
recover
哋要
the
揾佢
bones
清
of the
算呢
saint
一
of
條像，
Kingsbridge,
因為得佢一個未死
Adolphus,
啊，好似。
from the hands of thieves. Adolphus already rests safely in this great cathedral of Shiring. Our master builder Alfred promised me that it will only be a matter of a few years until the cathedral will be finished. And the Earl of Shiring has promised to support us. But he has not done so for himself. No, the Earl is not a selfish man. His mother, Lady Hamley, is sick. More and more, I feel the whole of England is suffering from a sickness. The sickness of war, poverty, and most of all, heathen beliefs. I have spoken.
咦，我哋已經喺下邊聽緊喎，主要係最前排喎，佢咪慢咗？
Walk amongst us to
我哋係
heal
我
us.
哋係第一排喎。
But God told me that only when this great cathedral is finished will he have a temple to reside in. No matter the cost, this shall be a towering castle to protect us from evil and false beliefs. With this cathedral, we will bring an end to the dark times.
Waileran by God.
Jack, what are you doing here?
My
咦，
father
細路都喺
died
度
by。your hands, Waileran. His name was Jacques Cherbourg.
How dare you talk to the bishop like that?
He died right here.
Who are you?
邊位啊？
I know that man. He's that
佢就係
bastard
金
from
斯布里奇嗰個私
That
生
man
子。
is my husband.
You?
All of you, listen to what we have to say. From now on, Kingsbridge is protected.
By our knights, by our walls,
吓你啊？
and by the word of the king.
你冇啊？
So whatever you do, we will defend our town, our market and fulling mills.
And our cathedral, which we shall rebuild. All workers are invited to come and work for us.
Preposterous.
If you so much as try to bring harm to us, Bishop, we will make sure that you pay for everything you did.
就係咁啦。哦，就係咁啦。我哋就係衝埋嚟，人哋咧喺度話佢哋話要起教堂，跟住我哋衝埋就同佢講話：你食屎啊你個殺人犯！起教堂，我哋而家要起教堂啊！你試下搞我教堂啊！我毆鳩你啊！咁樣樣，到底做乜嘢？你幫咗喬納森咧種咗棵新樹啊！你第一次宣佈嘅時間咧已經好耐啦，乜鬼嘢？你默許咗聖母瑪利亞嘅騙伎倆啊，因為佢可以俾人希望。艾蓮娜同埋 Jack 回咗金斯布里奇。我唔知，我嗰陣時以為阿 Jack 想衝上去打鳩佢，但佢真係想講呢一啲。好奇怪，但其實我唔明白點解沃爾倫咁想起教堂。佢咁想起教堂係點？佢想成為神啊！我唔知嗰個時代啲人講乜啊！我想睇沃爾倫玩殘佢哋，但係冇人會咁寫。
It had been 3 years.
一眼就3年啊！3年嘅乾燥。3年嘅飢荒、貧窮，吓？英格蘭俾人征服咗，只有我哋嘅城壁屹立不倒，保護我哋不俾人打家劫舍。哦，係喎，我哋起咗個城壁喎，之前有冇呢個城壁㗎？
Bishop Waleran and William Hamley forced the workers to finish their cathedral in Shiring. Many had died.
想知點解會開呢隻 game 玩？隻 game 源自小説嚟，冇咩點解，係一種緣分。見到有啲興趣就玩。咪揭開咗最後一個秘密，有咩秘密？即係終於都知道阿 Jack 係放火。乜嘢見到上帝住興奮？哇！好恐怖，全部都係冇，究竟死咗幾多人？呢度已經飽和啦。信仰係。我諗你唔中意而家嘅景象。乜嘢啊我知道你設計嘅教堂冇咁高，但我加固咗牆壁就好似聖丹尼咁樣。風暴唔應該係咁大問題。如果唔係風暴問題，咁係咩問題啊？東面嘅牆咧要冧啦，點解咧？係咩原因咧？係啊，其實一直都好奇怪啊，因為咧，即係咧，如果有專心睇呢個 game 嘅話咧，大家就會知道咧，呢個教堂咧喺呢隻 game 入邊咧係已經係冧過好幾次嘅。第一次咧就係講話咧係阿菲利普嚟嘅時候咧。佢咧無啦啦咧喺呢個位度落雷喎，跟住就冧咗嗰度，然後咧係啦，然後就喺度 咁我哋要搭棚起翻啦。跟住第二次咧又講話呢度無啦啦出事啊，就火燭啊，呢度又冧咗，係啦。跟住然後第三次就係咧，咁我哋要重建啦，起下啦，樓下埲牆又開始裂開，呢度又冧咗。呢個位係有咩問題啊？東面嘅牆係永遠都會冧嘅喎。係咪有風水問題？都勁邪喎咩事？呢個唔俾建築啊！有咩問題啊？哇！你睇下又冧啦，究竟發生咩事？地基唔穩，但係地基嘅嘢係，但係佢哋唔係一嬲都由一開始就開始重建嘅。唔想再動鬆石頭。我哋去樓下睇下究竟呢度嘅地基有咩問題。
The roof looks all right.
屋頂冇問題。
I'm not done here yet.
仲未整完。
I'm not done here yet.
啊？想整咩啊喺度？
Now's not the time to fix this.
而家唔係解決呢個問題，咁咪就係、咁你咪就係要落樓下睇下究竟你個樓下嗰塊地究竟呢度個泥土係咪俾人挖鬆咗？點解永遠都冧？你好煩啊！究竟係咩料？
Now's not the time to
唔
fix
係
this.
搞呢嚿嘢。
First, I need to find out what caused all of this. No need.
佢把聲好磁性。
No need.
咁要做咩呢？
No need.
No need.
If I make it worse, then we'll at least know what the problem is.
變得更糟，咁我哋就知咩事啊
Be easier without this sand everywhere. All right. One more time.
再試多次，到底有咩問題？
If the vaulting were unstable, this part would have collapsed and the wall would retract. The cause of the problem is not up here. Tom, what would you have done now? When we erected the eastern wall 17 years ago, there was also a crack.
Hello?
Yes. No matter what we did, it always came back.
聖痕。
This is not the same wall. We rebuilt it. But the cause could have been the same in both cases.
地面、地下室係嘛？如果佢有地下室揀嘅話，我覺得係嘛？就係地下室喺嗰度，所以搞到個地基唔穩，就係因為地下室嗰度係空嘅，所以地基唔穩啦。
The crypt.
哦。
Yes, Tom. You kept the whole foundation there as it was. But it never had to carry this much weight before. That's it. The problem must be down there.
咁點啊？咁要整走個地下室佢。
They were enraged. Bishop Henry thinks that the Pope should hear about what you wrote.
I think so too.
我想問係風沙定點樣樣啊？菲利普頭咪白晒嘅，係真係老咗你知。
really am worried
啊唔係喎，呢個喬納森嚟嘅，哇幾多年啊？喬納森瞬間長大，好似先3年啫喎，點解由個豆丁變咗咁大個陣？
The problem is that the people love
人
your
僭建唔易
songs.
做，啱喎，冧晒啊依家。
Even though most of them can't read. Your book is being copied in priories all over England.
Is that not a good thing, if our message gives people hope?
In desperate times, hope can be a powerful force.
That is very true.
Well, I fear the bishops. They might come to believe you took that power from them.
Huh? Do you?
菲利普嘅第二本書《神聖嘅靈魂》，睇下先。神聖嘅靈魂為菲利普喺1148年寫下嘅作品。佢嘅文中表示，因為人係上帝創造，所以呢，所有人嘅體內呢都包含神聖嘅火種。儘管上帝有時候呢拋棄我哋，但係實際上，上帝比任何事物都更加接近我哋。因為我哋嘅靈魂本來就係一個神聖嘅嘢，亦即係話我哋唔需要等外界嘅救援。我哋每一個人都可以改變自己周圍嘅世界，我哋可以撒下種子，上帝自會讓佢哋生長。菲利普嘅希望之音傳遍咗全個英格蘭，甚至傳到去歐洲大陸。但係教會對書嘅內容好唔滿意。喺第一本書入邊，菲利普僅僅係批判咗虛假嘅奇蹟，但係佢哋而家就好似喺度話，所有人都係等同神聖一樣嘅存在。神職人員同埋上帝嘅距離同普通人係一樣。OK。啲人中意佢嘅報導，楊立三好快就會成為副院長啦！哇，人人都有原罪。
Have you been atop the cathedral during the storm?
Don't worry, Philip. The storm isn't as bad up there.
You shouldn't be up there risking your life. You should be with your children. Sally and Tommy have been asking for their parents all morning.
哇！我哋個仔咁大個啊！等陣先，等陣先，呢個靚妹邊位啊？乜嘢神有趣？等陣先，好恐怖呢件事。嗱，即係呢張圖咧，唔知點解咧係會有惡多多喺度嘅，但係然後咧下邊咧有一個我從來未見過嘅靚妹。呢個靚妹係呢個男人同邊個結咗婚？應該唔會係個妹嚟吧？嗱，雖然咁講，其實佢同艾蓮娜都有少少似樣，因為艾蓮娜係呢個髮色噶嘛。咁但係艾蓮娜個細佬亦都係同艾蓮娜好似樣。哇，好唔知啊！呢件事究竟發生咗啲咩事？我哋生第二個。Jack 同埋艾蓮娜嘅家庭1154年。自從答應咗沃爾倫要保護好金斯布里奇之後啦，理查同埋傑克花咗大部分嘅時間喺度整呢一個城壁。自此之後，威廉漢姆雷就冇再嚟襲擊呢座城。阿蓮娜恢復咗佢嘅羊毛生意，大部分交易都喺夏朗城外進行。佢交易嘅大部分羊毛都係產自金斯布里奇，因為傑克喺嗰度建立咗2個毛氈磨坊。艾蓮娜同埋傑克如今有2個仔女啊。康米已經12歲，佢妹妹莎莉9歲。艾蓮娜同埋傑克嘅工作嘅時候就由瑪莎負責照顧佢哋2個。有人話瑪莎同埋理查喺度交往，如果係真嘅話，咁佢哋都係真係隱藏得幾好。艾蓮娜換咗塊點會啊？咁撚矮唔係啦。OK， 即係總之就係我哋生咗第2個，但係呢。估唔到瑪莎最後係會無啦啦變咗同嗰個理查一齊嘅。理查係咪已經成長咗啦？佢已經唔再係以前個戇鳩仔啦。1年之後嘅愛情結晶係有生多個。
Yes, we did.
What about Aliena?
She stayed a day longer for the fleece fair. She should be on her way back now.
你唔係打緊仗咩？仲喺度羊毛節。
We didn't expect it to get worse.
No one did.
I am sure she'll be all right.
I need to go. I think I know why the east wall is unstable.
Yes? Why is that?
I'm not sure, but I think the answer lies down in the crypt. I should hurry before it's too late. Jonathan is probably right. Aliena will be fine. Still, I'd feel better if she was here with us. I think I know what caused the problems we have with the East Wall.
Wonderful. You know, I just realized realized that the crack in the wall reminds me of the one that the old cathedral had.
The one that burned down?
Yes. I only noticed it when I visited after Prior James died.
It wasn't there before then?
No. I remember that I thought the crack looked like a finger, pointing at the sinners of Kingsbridge.
A grim thought.
係唔係上次畫聖人骨出嚟關？唔係，但係佢而家咁講一講之後咧，我覺得咧有啲唔對路，即係可能亦都唔係好似阿 Jack 咁講，係因為僭建僭得多而搞成咁啦。首先因為佢哋第一次見到嗰條裂痕咧，其實就係喺即係要追溯到去第一章啊。阿菲利普嚟到呢度嘅時候就已經有嗰條裂痕，咁即係話喺嗰陣時呢個教堂就已經僭建咗。嗰個裂痕係有咩意思咧？然後嗰個人又死咗，係啦，去到而家都解釋唔到佢做乜鬼死嘅喎。總之佢自殺嘅，而家係講嗰個一開始嗰個前教主。呢件事會唔會都同沃爾倫有關？我諗緊。我諗起沃爾倫唔知點解好想起教堂。咁但係即係冇理由一開始我哋就僭建緊噶嘛，因為一開始就已經冧緊噶嘛，好邪啊呢度！睇下條裂痕，我睇唔拿到。你咁細點睇？收埋咗幾條鹹魚，越講越恐怖。同埋點解之前我哋去燒教堂嘅時候，下邊咧有個人咧上嚟咧，係我哋見到嘅幻覺嚟噶嘛？嗰個人係咩事？係有啲咩引起呢個裂痕？建築工地去地下室。哇！好恐怖！主教就會想要大教堂，想做神。其實我覺得沃爾倫呢個人又係唔知佢諗緊啲乜嘢。佢一直都係想起大教堂，可能佢係想做神啦。咁但係點解即係我會覺得佢唔會係因為佢妒忌我哋，令到佢冇得起大教堂，所以就要去搞我哋嘅大教堂，仲將我哋嗰個聖人拎走。我覺得我唔知啊，可能佢就係啲咁迷信嘅人。因為我對於沃爾倫呢個人嘅諗法係。我覺得佢其實佢冇乜信仰，佢比較係一個好理性嘅人，所以佢唔會想搞呢啲嘢咯。我唔知啊，好奇怪，點解有條裂痕？我嘅聖物。
Rashid was right. People love to believe in miracles. But the reason most people come to Kingsbridge now is for Philip's sermons. He tells them what they need to hear. He gives them hope.
That 條裂痕裂到落嚟啦。
That definitely wasn't here before.
你啱啱入嚟先見到。
Cause of the instability must be down here.
喺呢度嘅下邊，咁我點去下邊啊
？This is the spot.
就喺呢度。
Let's find out what the real problem is. The old wall here, or what's behind it?
係咯，後邊有乜啊？咁你點樣去呢度嘅後邊？捐入呢個窿。鑿下佢。
Here we go.
我覺得好危險啊！會唔會咧？我哋再咁落去咧，阿 Jack 咧會因為呢度冧咗死喺度噶。哦，哦，突然間開咗條暗道。
Dear God.
我哋又開得幾靚。
They've been removed before.
啲石頭之前俾人搞過，唔理係邊個放翻去，啲石頭上面都會冇一層灰，以隱藏石頭俾人整嗰個痕跡。底部嘅瓦片全部都係鬆嘅。呢個係一個入口。哇！
Careful now. You've got the whole east wall on top of you. Jack?
Jack?
I'm all right. Just hit my head. It's dark in here. There's a whole room here. A chamber. I'll get a torch.
Philip, I'll get it. You stay here.
等先，想當年話咩？有人喺度進行呢個虐待，係咪就係呢度啊？棺材咩啊？咩料啊？大杯。
Is that a coffin? Oh, there's sand everywhere. Huh? It's a bed. What? There's a bed in here.
What? Jonathan, we need that.
快撚啲攞個火嚟攞十世啲人。沙床、大杯，等先。咁即係話一直以嚟有一個人係住咗喺呢一度，而我哋唔知道，係咁多年一直都係咁，定係嗰個人已經死咗啊？早晨，我忽然間吓！但係如果有人要匿埋住喺呢一個教堂嘅底部，咁又係咩人啊？係魔鬼。因為佢而家有棺材有床咧，令我諗起啲乜鬼嘢吸血鬼，同埋佢真係好黑啊！究竟個火泥味啊條友
？Who slept here？
邊個喺度瞓覺？我懷疑呢度後邊仲有道門可以走。周圍都係沙杯。
That's not wood.
等陣先。
It's metal. Gold even.
等陣先。杯，咪就係話我哋老豆係因為偷咗呢個杯，我哋老豆係因為偷咗呢個杯，所以俾人掉上呢個絞刑台嘅。跟住然後但係隻杯又喺度，屌沃爾倫住咗喺度，呢隻杯係 Hello 早晨，金杯等於聖杯，可能係，但係。等陣先，咁即係點啊？其實沃爾倫係邪教徒嚟嘅。嗱，我而家自己個腦喺度亂咁組織啦，唔知佢究竟依家呢幾樣嘢究竟想表達啲乜嘢，但係我亂咁組織啦。即係沃爾倫係一個邪教徒，點解佢一直都咁想起教堂？其實佢就係佢想成為呢個惡魔嘅使者係咪啊？佢唔想再做啲咩沃爾倫教主係啦。跟住然後咧呢度咧就係佢攞嚟即係點啊？召喚惡魔嘅地方，純理性分析，大教堂聖物都係當地政府企穩腳嘅要素。OK， 咁但係其實阿沃爾倫都已經企得好穩啦。等先，幾時先嚟個燈啊？翻去先啦，不如我覺得有隨時冧啊！嗰啲人叫佢一個燈嚟，10年都唔拎嚟。
Maybe Philip knows what this is.
菲利普唔會知啊。
Strange.
奇怪。
I don't think so. No, I don't want to break it. No.
而我唔知道有咩睇。
No. I think we found the cause of our problem already.
It's made of leather. It's a whip.
一條鞭
What is that doing here?
玩 SM 咯喺度。
All right.
豬有火啦，
Should be safe.
快撚啲啦！
Did you know about this place?
哇，
No.
菲利普勁老
No,
咯，
I did not.
已經變咗阿伯。
I've seen this chalice before, when I was very young. It's the chalice of the Eucharist from Kingsbridge Cathedral.
根據佢哋話咧，呢個係我哋父親偷走嘅聖杯。
Cuthbert told me about it. They said it was stolen.
And melted down. I know. Mother told me. They also said it was my father who did it.
Did they?
So he's innocent then?
He must be.
And whoever hid the chalice is responsible for his death. They hanged him in Shiring for stealing this chalice.
Unseen.
But it was here all along.
That scourge. The whip. It belonged to Prior James. I was afraid of it when I first visited Kingsbridge with Francis and Abbot Peter. Even the look of it scared me.
James. Maybe it was him. I think I saw him during the night of the fire in the cathedral. When the old cathedral burned down, there was a man in the fire. His shoulders were bloody, as if he had chastised himself.
It is you! By God and the devil!
He told me that he had sinned, that he had done something to me. Perhaps because I looked like my father.
So he confessed for framing your father while he hid the cup here?
But it couldn't have been James you saw. James died weeks before the fire.
Did he? You said they never found his body. Maybe he hid
所以
down
嗰
here.
個 James 一直
Maybe
都匿
that's
喺
why
呢
the
度。
bed's here.
Wait. Jack, you were in the burning cathedral. What were you doing there?
Sorry 啊，係我燒㗎。終於要爆呢件事啊！唔承認燒毀大戒台嘅事，而家佢都咁問到，你仲有咩好唔承認？係啊，係我做㗎。咁但係只可以講話咧，嗰3條友咧都係俾沃爾倫利用㗎啦。
He just looked at me. He didn't say
乜都冇講，佢淨係望住我。詹姆士院長嘅鞭子，我哋查看啦，係咪有詹姆士嘅血跡啊？詹姆士院長嘅鞭子，菲利普發現於1154年。菲利普細個嘅時候咧，好驚詹姆士院長嘅鞭子嘅。第一次見到嗰條鞭嘅時候咧，係同彼得院長嚟金斯布里奇嘅時候。當初佢嘅父母遇害，係彼得院長收留咗佢同埋范西斯。多年之後，詹姆士院長覺得已經大個嘅菲利普應該有機會可以掌管自己嘅修道院。新聞裏邊嘅聖約翰。咩叫新聞裏邊嘅聖約翰？點解係一個冒號？新聞裏邊嘅聖約翰句號咩意思？每當菲利普嚟到金斯布里奇嘅仁愛修會，總會諗起第一次見到呢條鞭嗰一日。彼得院長並唔贊同以痛苦實現救贖嘅諗法，但詹姆士院長相信只要透過自我懲戒，先可以令靈魂脫離肉體帶來嘅罪惡。當 Jack 或者為咗俾菲利普知佢相信詹姆士院長喺教堂起火嗰日咧係冇被燒死嘅時候，菲利普咧諗起前幾週唱詩班，因好似聽到地下室有人抽打自己而唔敢去唱歌嘅事，或者我哋聽到嘅就真係詹姆士，可能詹姆士嘅的確喺地下室入邊藏咗密室，但係點解呢？點解呢？ 我覺得咧，我覺得咧，我覺得呢個嗱，我咁嘅奇怪嘅猜想，我覺得呢隻 game 咧有3樣聖物，佢哋而家係喺度收集緊呢3樣聖物。第一樣聖物就係金絲布里奇入邊嘅呢個叫咩啊？佢哋之前咪有個聖人嘅呢一度，佢哋係要攞走個聖人噶嘛，唔知點解呢個係其中一個聖物。第二個聖物就係呢個聖杯，呢個亦都係其中一個聖物。咁第3個聖物咧，我懷疑係喺嗰個叫咩啊？夏朗新伯爵嗰度。點解夏朗新伯爵會死咗咧？我懷疑就係想得到呢一個聖物，即係佢哋本身3兄弟每人可能就管一個聖物定點樣啦。總之就係咁。然後阿沃爾倫咧，佢想攞翻呢3樣嘢。其中一個聖杯就係用呢一個教和阿 Jack 老豆嘅詭計咧，去令佢收埋咗喺金絲布里奇先嘅。咁其實金絲布里奇係一直都係即係金絲布里奇一直都係沃爾倫管噶嘛，某程度上，即係佢放咗好多線眼喺度噶嘛。所以其實本身金絲布里奇就收埋個聖人，所以沃爾倫知。但第二件事就係，等陣先，即係話呢個聖杯收埋咗喺呢一度呢一件事，可能沃爾倫都唔知，會唔會係咁呢？即係如果沃爾倫知嘅話，咁佢點解淨係攞聖人唔攞埋聖杯？因為沃爾倫唔知，所以其實詹姆斯係佢有佢自己嘅諗法，所以佢先唔想個聖杯俾沃爾倫攞到，然後佢就總之就收埋個聖杯喺個地下室嘅地下室入邊，咁樣。然後仲有一個聖物係乜嘢？唔好話俾我知，就係嗰件紅色嘅法袍。好奇怪，沃爾倫係邪教教主。此時，夏朗伯爵嘅城堡。哇，好撚肥啊！佢有變咗大叔啦，已經。沃爾倫，你想做咩啊？你而家喺度暴飲暴食，你覺得係明智之舉咩？你而家出邊啲人全部都有嗌我，你冇扮好人啊！你話你要俾奇蹟我哋睇嘅，然後就叫我哋出錢啊！但係你啲奇蹟根本冇用啊，唔係咩？上帝做嘢唔係我哋可以理解嘅。我而家老母行唔到路啊！你冇撚用啊！所以我而家問你，你究竟仲想點？我係想要一本書而嚟嘅，又係聖經啊？唔係，係我想要菲利普寫嘅書。教堂對呢樣嘢好唔滿意，亨利主教都好嬲。佢想攞本書嚟做我哋機會嚟啦，威廉。你話呢個係你嘅機會，如果你想要兵力嘅話咧，你去揾阿華特同埋啲醜八怪啊，唔好煩我。我幫你起咗個爛鬼教堂，而家冇我嘅事啊。
It's not just about Philip. It's about Aliena and her family.
Don't mention that name.
But have you not heard? King Stephen and Maud's son just signed a peace treaty.
I don't care.
You should care.
I said I don't. Now leave and don't come back unless I ask.
我覺得佢會死啊，威廉會喺度死。
Where's my wife?
They've not returned yet, Lord William.
Then get me a whore. Now!
戰爭結束，我仲以為佢會喺度死添。等先，戰爭結束。英國史提芬同埋莫德之間長達15年嘅內戰，英格蘭處於史無前例嘅分裂狀態。喺亞林福德嘅一場決戰之後，莫德女王個仔亨利二世同埋史提芬達成咗休戰協定。該協定稍後喺溫都 斯特同埋威斯敏斯特簽訂，按照協議，史提芬繼續擔任國王，但係亨利二世為其繼承人。協議中仲強調，凡係喺史蒂芬執政期間頒布嘅土地決策，應立即收回並恢復到亨利一世統治時期嘅狀態。呢個表示夏朗伯爵之位重新返到去巴薩羅嘟嘅後人手中，而唔再係屬於漢姆雷家族。咁但係有邊個敢同威廉漢姆雷作對呢？即係話呢，喺無言之中，我哋乜嘢都冇做過嘅期間啦，係啦，咁然後呢，我哋突然間呢，係啊，我哋根本就乜都冇做到，咁但係呢，我哋阿蓮娜同埋佢細佬呢，就變翻做呢一個夏朗嘅席位繼承人，唔知做過啲乜嘢，咁總之就變成咗咁，人生就係咁。同一時候喺好遠嘅地方，哇！阿蓮娜都出白頭髮啦，老啊！阿蓮娜係咪返鄉下諗住？過路錢，你已經攞返你個爵位啦？點啊而家？啊！咁大風沙去邊度？呢個係邊度？磨坊啊！呢個係即係金斯布里奇有一個磨坊，隔離有條河嘅，係咪啊？而家嘅位置係蒙克斯菲爾德，唔知邊度。總之係 keep 住行啦。我哋擅闖民宅。做咩啊？哇，咁多人嘅，呢度咩事
I am sorry for intruding, but I must ask you for shelter. I was on my way from the Fleece Fair in Winchester to Kingsbridge and got caught in the storm.
Nasty, isn't it?
Yes. And it's getting worse and worse. Thank you for your hospitality.
Someone help me!
但係就 no one help you 喎，邊位？
Please, I need help.
外面有人，係喺外面㗎。我明明喺出邊就已經聽到聲㗎喎，啱啱本身。你確定係喺外面？咁佢話喺外面就去外面揾啦，唔知喺邊啊！
Can anyone hear me?
點解我哋唔應聲和應佢呢？然後問 Where are you? I help you 咁樣呢？有喺邊啊？係咪呢間屋入邊啊？
Help! I'm over here!
邊撚度啊？妖！ 哦。我都係唔好四處張望，對呢度有唔好嘅預感。點解啊？咩史提芬個長子瓜殘啦，再打仗就傳咗俾亨利二世。斷。
Hello？
佢哋唔係都俾人打咩？而家唔知。
Oh dear, are you hurt？
點解佢唔入得屋嘅？係咪撞鬼啊
My horse, it fell. I can't move.
Take my hand. We'll get you inside.
哦，我仲以為撞鬼添。你有邊位啊？
Until it's safe to leave. We won't bother you. I'm Aliena. What's your name?
Elizabeth.
Breathe, Elizabeth. You're safe now.
Mm-hmm.
呢個女人着綠色衫，唔知點解我好懷疑呢個女人係真係咧。假如咧，佢啱啱嗰個叫咩名？嗰個叫咩名？嗰個威廉有老婆嘅話，可能佢都已經有個女，然後呢個女就係威廉個女，綠色衫、金色頭髮，呢個仲唔係嗰個呢個威廉家族嘅叫咩專屬配飾？我好懷疑。你一個女仔喺度做咩啊？即刻同佢講啲嘢，揾啲嘢俾佢取暖先，係放低佢嘅戒心，揾啲嘢俾佢取暖先。呢個男人喺度望咩？農民。老女人，佢唔敢望我哋嘅眼睛。OK。
I hope the storm spares your homes and fields.
If only we had that much left.
We still have our lives.
And our dignity.
You still have yours.
We don't have much, but always enough for a lost soul.
Huh?
She doesn't deserve anything.
Take a bowl and go ahead.
What's she doing now?
I don't know. I think she's freezing.
You should get out of this place as soon as you can.
Be assured, I will leave as soon as the storm ceases.
Maybe we should be kinder to her.
唔知因為啲人咧唔知點解要趕我走。
Don't deserve her kindness.
I can't carry it in my bare hands.
點話去揾一碗有肉農民？因為邊度嚟個碗啊？啊碗喺度。小碗子。一碗小粥。
Shush, let her eat.
Thank you. Are you hungry?
Oh, it's fine. You go ahead.
飲湯啊你！
Eat this.
自己食。
You must be hungry.
我哋要氹女仔噶嘛，點可以自己食咗佢咧？
Nice of you.
多謝你啊，你真係好人啊！你點解要俾湯佢飲啊？
That's what she deserves.
泥土啊，佢食泥啦，點解啊？
Do you want her to starve?
點解要對佢咁差啊
Please, don't start a fight.
哦，應該真係啊，全家嘅人都唔中意佢嘅，即係因為佢真係嗰個叫咩啊？ 嗰個威廉個女嚟嘅，所以全街啲人都認得佢，所以全街啲人都憎佢，所以就話佢冇資格食飯。俾啲嘢去取暖，你飲咗碗湯仲未暖啊？你好煩啊！
It's safer in here.
咁撚難服侍啊！飲完碗湯應該暖咗啦，係嘛？仲有啲咩可以取暖㗎？肉、煙肉、鍋子門、伊麗莎白。
I should keep my dagger hidden.
收埋把刀先。其實如果佢想暖，咪坐近個火爐咪暖咯。點解佢咁煩？煙睇唔清楚上面有啲乜？上面有嘢咩？泡泡係咯，講得啱啊！嚟個泡泡咪暖咯。成間屋都係煙，咁我點解抌熄個火啊？我唔知啊。男人，佢一直望住呢邊，好變態條友。我一睇住個妹先。唉，傾偈啦！你有湯飲已經暖啦。
You're so kind.
你真係好人啊！
Many people would have let me die.
所有人都想我死，
Listen to me.
佢都唔聽我講。
My entourage didn't even notice they lost me.
我身邊嘅人都甚至唔知佢真係大小姐
My
嚟。
husband and his entourage.
A fine husband you have. I divorced my last one for less than that.
Divorced?
你好意思講？
Oh, he's just been beside me ever since his mother.
Maybe now you'll understand what loss feels like. And what you people are doing to us.
等先。
Stop bullying her. Can't you
等
see
先。
she's upset?
吓？等先。
How do they know you? This isn't right.
即係唔使啊，總之呢條女係威廉老婆啦，唔緊要啦。
I guess that's how it is when your husband holds an office like that. He has to do a lot of things people don't like.
但係呢個女仔好後生咯。
And sometimes they recognize me too.
Wait.
不過正常嘅。佢丈夫係下浪白咗，但係首先我想講，阿蓮娜有咩資格話佢前夫唔好啊？佢前夫對佢勁好啦，佢前夫咁都唔好啊！你個老味，你個女人啊！講一講阿蓮娜前夫係邊個？阿蓮娜嘅前夫啊，就係我哋阿 Jack 嘅二兄弟啊，即係嗰個阿 Tom Builder 個仔啊，嗰個人叫乜嘢名啊？嗰個叫咩啊？嗰個叫咩名啊？有5個字嘅名我諗唔起啊！忽然間，總之就係嗰個戇鳩仔啦。嗰個戇鳩仔中意你，然後話同你結婚，仲要成年都冇掂過你一條頭髮，然後你話佢仆街，人哋仲俾錢你養你細路，你講啲乜嘢？你我，所以話咧，阿蓮娜呢個女人都唔抵可憐嘅，佢都係戰斧嚟。你俾到啲你，唉，好辛苦啊！佢好啊，我唔知道佢對嗰個叫乜嘢啊？艾佛瑞啊，我記得啦咁樣。我唔知佢對艾佛瑞有啲咩唔滿意，但係無論點講好，睇前睇後睇咗底右，我都覺得佢係欠撚咗艾佛瑞。喺度呃人哋感情，然後仲話：我前夫係個賤人頂咩料？係啊，佢係下朗伯爵嗰個阿老婆啦，啱啊，係啊。
Is your husband the Earl of Shiring?
I thought you knew.
William Hamley.
Oh, please don't abandon me too. I swear, I'm not. I can't. 你點解要嫁俾佢？佢而家點？
你點解要嫁俾佢啊？
I used to know him when I was a girl.
Really?
Why did you marry him?
My parents arranged it. And it was an honor to be picked.
What's he like now?
I loathe him with all my heart. How do you know him?
He wanted to marry me when I was your age. Apparently, he likes young girls, no matter how old he gets.
You too were supposed to marry him. How come you didn't?
He was a beast. So I refused.
You refused him?
It caused a lot of misery.
You're so courageous. I wish I was like you. I can't even stand up to the servants.
Don't act like you didn't have a hand in the downfall of this land. For years he roamed across the country to raid, rape and kill.
I'm sorry.
He's no earl. After all he's taken from us, we should take something from him too.
She has nothing to do with this. Don't you dare touch her. Can't you see she's another one of his victims?
Oh, give over. She's in on it too.
Can you even imagine how it must be to be a child married to Hamley? The abuse and the humiliation every single day. I'm so sorry.
I'm crying because you know too.
Enough to know your pain.
I just don't know what to do anymore.
Sam, where the hell am I supposed to tether this horse?
It's Walter. He's looking for me.
Come with me to Kingsbridge. People will take care of you there.
俾把刀佢做乜嘢啊？
Walter.
You? I've not seen you in a long time.
係咪要打交啊？而家
If I brought him your head.
No! Don't harm
其實啱啱嗰一瞬間，我哋應該要收埋個女人咯，唔係喺度諗話咩去咩金絲布里奇俾把刀佢，定係點？
Come on, we have to get back to the castle. We've lost too much time already.
什麼都不做，唔會俾佢翻去嘅。
I won't let her go back.
It's all right. You don't need to sacrifice yourself for me. Thank you for saving me and protecting me from these people.
Come on now, we need to get going. William is waiting.
What the hell? 啊！威廉嘅老婆，威廉嘅老婆係因為我嘅拒絕，威廉先會跟住喺呢幾年內都唔想結婚。佢咁遲結婚係因為我。見到伊麗莎白之後，我發現佢父親係咩啊？邊位啊？維茂斯哈洛德，佢係一個富有嘅騎士，亦都係史提芬嘅擁護者。結婚嘅時候，伊麗莎白就只有14歲。沃爾隆主教喺夏朗大教堂嗰度同佢哋主持咗婚禮，每位重要人物都受邀嚟參加呢一場盛大嘅筵席。伊麗莎白係一個溫柔嘅姑娘，被選作為威廉嘅妻子，應該令到佢感到好榮幸。真係唔敢想像威廉係點樣對待佢。諗到呢一點，就覺得更加應該要結束呢一切。 可能要俾把刀佢，等佢懟死個威廉，或者收埋把刀，翻到屋企咧，就懟死佢咁樣樣。嗱，我唔想俾把刀佢。你做咗啲乜？揾到個密室。你向菲利普坦白咗你燒咗大教堂嘅事。菲利普嘅書遭到教會嘅強烈指責。莫德女王同埋史提芬國王之間嘅戰爭終於結束啦。你喺進入小屋之後，先發現伊麗莎白，即係點？我之前發現會有咩唔同？你俾咗啲湯佢。我保持了沉默，我非常之唔沉默，即刻彈起身咯，仲話我保持了沉默，乜料啊？我好唔沉默咯，好唔好？我完全係準備即刻要同佢戰鬥咯，好唔好？哦，第18章，匪徒。
Dear Francis, the letters I have written to you over the years surely could be bound into a book. But only you know what my words in those letters amount to. It is different with the book I have written. It has found its way into priories throughout England and beyond. Because of my book, I may have to talk to Bishop Henry. But that is not the only thing that keeps me awake tonight.
同細佬有啲咩唔怕講，都80歲啦佢個樣。
Behind a wall in our crypt, Jack discovered a hidden room. We do not know who built it. But it is likely that Prior James hid there, even after he was said to have drowned. That means he was alive when we met in Kingsbridge on New Year's Day, the day of his burial. And Jack told me he saw a man in the church the night it burned down. Was that him? And if so, did he burn in the fire that night?
佢喺嗰一場大火入邊死咗，我覺得係已經死咗啊！就算唔係，咁佢都咁撚老都應該已經死咗。
Jonathan worries about my book, The Divine Soul. In Winchester, he heard that Bishop Henry was less than pleased by what I had written. I am not naive enough to pretend I do not know why. I wrote that hope is godly, and since God made each of us, hope and salvation are only to be found within ourselves. Henry sells hope, and I am giving it away for free. If the church should ask me to clarify my position, of course I shall do so. But I feel I must give our people what they need in these desperate times. And how could I write anything else if this is what I truly believe? The dust storm and the drought are taking their toll on all of us. Thanks to our town wall, we are safe from the Earl and the outlaws. We've heard of places nearby being raided. We believe the attackers were William Hamley's men. We have enough food to last us another few weeks. But life has come to a halt. Martha believes there will be rain soon. But the storm is only a harbinger of rain. I hope that she is right. It must be well after midnight. With you, I can be honest about what truly troubles me. Jack told me that he was responsible for the fire in Kingsbridge. I know that it was a long time ago. He told me it was an accident.
My God. Save yourselves! The saint! We must save the saint!
嚇死我，以為有鬼啊！
The whole roof is in flames!
My God!
Don't go in there! Adolphus! The saint! We must save him! No! No! Don't go!
And as horrible as it may sound, I cannot find it in my heart just now to forgive Jack. Maybe because this confession comes too late, and from a man who I have learned to trust. This is the truth.
我忽然間有啲明點解阿 Jack 咁執着要翻嚟起教堂，可能其中一個原因係因為想當年佢燒咗呢個教堂，所以佢覺得要幫人哋起翻。哇！呢個暴風終於完咗，可以將佢哋永記於心。但係喬納森呢就要求要留低，留俾後世。書。我唔想再沉浸於自己嘅文字入邊。咁我哋而家喺度做咩啊？等陣先，我需要時間思考。咁出去走走。好恐怖啊！呢度，勁多霧咯。佢已經係啲霧咧多到咧，而家係嗰啲叫咩啊？嗰啲叫咩？嗰個咩位咧？咪有個墳，即係咪有係咪青衣個頭定係邊度咧？有個墳場噶嘛，跟住咧嗰度係啲墳場都排晒喺嗰度。有時我覺得望過去都幾恐怖。然後呢個情況就係咁，勁多霧。呢度已經飽和。
If James died in that fire, then what happened to his remains? He was never properly buried.
係咯。
And that is Jack's fault.
吓？我以為你喺度話冇見到嗰個人條屍，究竟嗰個人去咗邊？原來你想怪阿 Jack， 唉。咁人哋嗰陣時小朋友，你想點？都已經燒咗，人哋都幫你起返。唉，我忽然間有個奇怪嘅猜想，唔知有冇人記得啦？曾經咧，阿沃爾倫嘅間諜咧，係唔知由邊度咧混入過，即係混入過嚟我哋嘅大教堂啦，然後將人哋推落街，唔係推人落街，係將啲高空雜物咧想推落嚟，想殺死我哋啲人。咁其實佢係點樣入嚟嘅？會唔會其實嗰個地下地下室咧係通係會通咗去沃爾倫屋企？啲奇怪嘅猜想。
A magnificent cathedral, but I would have been more than content with the old one, had it not been burned to the ground. No, I'll take a walk around the cathedral instead.
你要繞大教堂一圈。啊！既然冇得前進，應該只有一個密室，可能佢未揾到路咯。
Hello?
嗱，突然間有個奇怪嘅人出嚟啦。我嘅猜想可以寫本同人小說，一向都可以，哈哈。嗯，唔係喎，點解咁多賊㗎？喂，我哋呢度會唔會有太多賊？一個月就算都已經有3個。邊個做守夜㗎？嗰個人冇糧出啊！今個月。
Oh, it's you.
哇！嚇死人
You startled me.
I thought I heard something. Was that you?
No, but I heard it too. Maybe Aliena came back.
No. No, she's
等
asleep.
先，點解會有
She
人喺
returned a
呢
few
度？
hours ago. Damn it.
Jack.
Sorry. There's someone in the kitchen.
Yes, I think you're right.
Stay behind me. I'll go ahead.
Jack 要保護佢。真係好多老鼠啊！你呢度。
There's someone in here.
Outlaws.
不如抱你諗住點啊？
They are probably just after food. I will talk to them.
黐線㗎。
All right.
How to talk？ 黐線㗎。我唔知啊，我一 talk 下啦。我希望我唔會 talk 嘅時候嚇親佢，然後俾人吉一刀啦。
Please. Listen. We don't mean you harm.
Philip, be careful! Damn it! Philip, throw me a stone.
What？ 吓？喺度投石？喂，有冇咁勁啊你？
No. It's him.
啊？邊位啊？
Brother Marcus.
Brother Marcus.
Brother Marcus.
He took Cuthbert's keys.
哦，一開始嘅時候俾我哋趕咗出去。
Remigius found out. And he left. We never saw him again.
Looks like he came back. You didn't mean for this to happen.
No, but...
What about him?
Don't be afraid. Ah! Jack!
我屌
Why
你！
did you do that, you animal? I will get the others.
No!
What?
He's just a child.
Just a child.
哦，係個小朋友嚟㗎。
Jack forgave the child. Just like that. And I forgave him.
哦。
For that was what he had been when he arrived in Kingsbridge. Just a child. Who was I to judge this man for not confessing earlier what he had done? I had never told his wife, Aliena, that I was responsible for her fate and for her father's. Even that night, when we all met, I did not dare to tell her.
啊，這是個孩子。係。
The walls of Kingsbridge
不過都係
aren't enough anymore.
佢講得啱。原來阿蓮娜呢件事仲未坦白，去到今日。
We weren't safe
我哋
in
嘅
our
屋企已經
homes.
唔再安全啦。咁你咪塞翻個突破口咯。
So this is what it has come to. Kingsbridge is under attack.
Why didn't Uncle Richard chase them away? Why?
Now, do not
哇
exaggerate. This is
艾
not
倫
a
變到，
siege.
我覺得艾倫係一個老美女咯。佢呢個銀髮，艾倫啊，真係老母。 屌乜撚嘢啊？吓，講緊啲咩啊？佢哋屌威廉，責怪政治，責怪乾燥，安撫大家啦，係做
They
乜
were
嘢？
just looking for food. They didn't mean any harm.
It's the drought. It destroyed all the crops.
佢真係老美女喎，我覺得佢好有氣質喎，而家佢銀髮呢個
They're only
樣。
the vanguard of a full-scale invasion.
If we had a decent Earl, the people wouldn't be starving.
最後都係要屌嘅佢哋。
It is all too easy to blame a desperate child. Forgiveness is much harder.
It is.
But forgive we must.
Can you? Forgive, I mean.
I already have.
哇！
Hamley is the reason for
呢
this.
兩個人喺度隔空
He's
對
to
話。
blame. It's that simple.
Well, he won't be Earl for long. The Treaty of Wallingford has been signed at last. It's only a matter of time until things change.
What treaty? Winchester is in turmoil about this right now. Stephen and Maud have signed the treaty. Maud's son, Duke Henry, is to be crowned the next king.
And, by agreement, all lands are to be returned to their previous owners.
But Stephen will continue to rule as long as he lives.
The earldom will be ours again.
It will not.
Why the bloody hell not?
Bloody hell. Language?
No one will enforce this until
Bloody
Stephen is
hell.
dead.
What is to be done then?
睇先，向請願同匪徒說話，俾匪徒食物，等我哋保持堅強。讓我喂啱乜撚嘢？我唔知大家講緊啲乜嘢。請願咯。
Henry II will help us. We wait until he's king and then ask for our earldom.
And if Hamley were to fight the decision, he'd have to face the king's army.
Well, if they're hungry, can't we just give them something to eat? I'll share.
We should, and we will. But there are too many to feed them all.
點解呢班人傾偈傾到好似好混亂？我完全都捉唔到佢哋究竟
Well,
傾
I
緊啲乜。
cannot sit quietly and wait until Stephen dies of old age. The Treaty of Wallingford is in place. I won't wait for another 17 years. Not when I'm so close to fulfilling the promise I made to my father.
You're right, but it wasn't William Hamley who came here last night. It's the outlaws we need to worry about.
Well, what do we do about it?
喺加固金師傅你哋。
Maybe there is nothing we
OK，
can do
我
but
終於
defend
get 到大家
ourselves.
傾緊啲乜嘢，我終於
We're doing our
融入
best
咗佢哋嘅
to
對話。
But balls alone won't do. Our guards are few and hungry.
Things will only get worse if we don't
我
find
覺得
a way
理
to
查大
deal
個
with
咗啦，
Hamley.
佢終於成長咗啦。
What about his mother?
我覺得佢正常咗啊，成個人
Hamley
咩
still
事？
listens to her. That she still has a say in Earl's Castle.
Yes, let's tell his mother.
If we spoke to Regan Hamley, we might not need a physical confrontation at all.
That'll never work. We have to assault them and take back our father's castle. Even if that means fighting alongside the outlaws.
I don't like either choice, to be honest.
Neither do I. So, what do you think, Aliena?
我想去揾雷根漢姆雷，同啲匪徒傾下，揾雷根漢姆雷，揾雷根漢姆雷傾下就真係傾下，同啲匪徒傾下就係唔傾。有時我覺得新皇上，佢哋覺得新皇上任就會做翻伯爵，但係有冇咁簡單？唔係新皇上任已經頒咗條令話佢哋而家係已經做翻伯爵啦咩？只係因為新皇上任，因為佢嗰陣時新皇，唔係喎，係你睇下先。佢哋而家唔係，我記得之前睇係即係而家有一條約就係講話佢哋兩個達成咗共識啦，跟住然後咧就話咧咁將而家嗰啲土地嗰啲擁有權咧就變翻喺阿亨利一世在世之前啊嘛。 咁即係話其實呢兩姊弟咧，佢哋就已經變翻做夏朗伯爵嗰陣時。咁但係而家夏朗管緊嗰個咧係嗰個叫咩威廉啊嘛。咁威廉依然都係呢個叫乜嘢啊？呢個國家嘅大將軍，所以冇人敢喐佢，所以就係咁。所以如果佢哋而家要推翻嘅話，係可以推翻，合情合理。唉，咁樣樣，談啦，我想去見下條女。
I'll negotiate with Regan Hamley. I will go to Earl's Castle alone.
Are you serious, Ellie?
Regan Hamley seems to be in a tight corner herself. She might well be willing to cooperate.
I do hope you're right.
I'll ride with you.
You won't, Cub. Not with that leg of yours.
Your mother is right. Besides, if we all turn up, they might think we mean them harm.
理查真係大個啊！理查講啲嘢好合情合理。如果係平時嘅理查，依家會講啲咩啊？唉，我開始肚餓啦，夠鐘食飯未？佢應該就會咁樣樣，但佢竟然講啲咁有建設性嘅嘢，佢真係，唉，人係會改變。第一批嘅匪徒已經潛入咗金斯布利奇，即係會有第二三批咁樣。你曾經見到嘅修道士馬庫斯修士都係匪徒之一。你得到奪回伯爵城堡實現誓言嘅機會。今日會玩到去大結局。好熱啊，係啊！7年之後，我終於翻到去嗰個家伙身邊，去翻去揾嗰條友。第19章。
Because I had failed to gain support from the people of Shiring, my only hope now was a deal with William Hamley's mother, Regan. A woman whose possible support was only guaranteed by rumor.
定係我哋帶個聖母去俾佢嗰個老母睇下，可能個老母睇完個聖母之後，佢又企翻起身。伯爵嘅城堡，呢座城堡呢，本來呢係巴薩羅都伯爵所建嘅，用作夏朗伯爵嘅宅地。離夏朗市集只有幾英里遠，周圍呢嘅城堡呢就興起小鎮啦，就好似一同被稱為伯爵嘅城堡。總之伯爵喺度住啦，佢嘅防禦設施呢基本上呢係冇啟動用過嘅。自從呢威廉漢姆斯啦，當時為夏朗巴薩羅嘅繼任者，以武力奪取城堡之後，城內嘅村子裏嘅所有人都俾人趕咗出嚟。如今伯爵嘅城堡令人聞風喪膽。自從夏朗大教堂建成後，威廉就變得更加不滿啦。有人認為佢已經失去咗信仰，如今只可以靠搶掠飢餓嘅農民嚟滿足佢嘅貪婪同埋空虛。
Get in line and stay in line. You'll all get your chance to pay your dues to Lord Hamley, here? So no pushing.
Why does Lord Hamley need all that food? He's got more than enough.
Shut it, woman. Smear your face with dung and lower your head. It's the only way you get out of here alive. It's no coincidence that Hamley always asks for women to bring the tributes.
Oh, shut up.
要抿啲屎喺塊面嗰度。我哋而家係嚟做公品。
Patience. Everyone will get a chance to pay their dues to Lord Hamley.
Is Lady Regan home?
Ah, as if she could ever leave.
我同理查以前成日喺度玩。
I'm just a shepherd's daughter.
醜陋嘅喬維斯，佢都唔係好樣衰咧。
Bloody beggars.
How long will this take?
A lot longer if you don't shut your mouth.
I want to go home.
Hey, you there. Yes, I meant you. That's a pretty face you got there. You're coming with me.
Oh my god！ 佢哋要求好低，成面屎都 OK。
Take me instead.
Well, whatever. You'll walk to the other side of the yard and talk to Walter. You'll get you settled. And don't you dare stray from the path.
哦，Walter 都變咗老人家啦，佢個樣勁老，但係都好型。我喺邊啊？我喺度。呢個城都好鬼煩，要咁樣兜來兜去行過去。點行？而家要點行？呢度圈個丸子。
Are you done yet?
Almost. Let me just see if I took enough.
哇！佢哋喺度啲豬喺度食緊人肉。誒，伊麗莎白，估唔到咁快見到你。
What are you doing here? You need to leave. Don't come any closer. William has me watched.
What's taking so long?
I forgot the pork. I'll be out shortly. Wait a moment, then follow me. We don't have much time. Hugh will look for me any moment now. So why did you come?
We
don't have much time.
King Stephen has declared a truce with
我只可以講真
William's
話。
tyranny is over. This land might finally see peace again. There's also another reason why I came. To talk to Regan Hamley and to get you far away from here until things are settled.
What will become of me then?
你可以幫我打理生意。
My brother will become the next Earl, but I'll run things alongside him. At the same time, I don't want to give up my wool trade, so you could help me there.
I want to help you. I really do. But I don't know how. I feel so useless.
Can you take me to Lady Hamley?
I wouldn't know how. Hugh Axe is watching me. He would never let you through. Only Walter and I are allowed inside the keep. Why don't you ask him? Walter.
Walter? William's dog?
Don't call him that. He's not as bad as people say he is. William won't allow me to talk to him anymore. Now Lady Regan is all I have left.
如果而家叫佢逃，我驚佢死啊！我去揾 Walter 傾下先。我唔信佢可以逃到咯佢。同埋佢同 Walter 係咪有一腿啊？係咁樣嘅。
I need to go.
佢好似好信任 Walter， 係咪我誤會佢？呢個 Walter 呢個人咧，佢咧一開始嘅時候講話咧，佢好欣賞自己咧孕育咗呢個白象，係一個好 S 嘅男人，但係咧我唔知啊，其實同佢唔係好熟，一陣間入去同佢傾下先。但係我咁同阿伊麗莎白講，佢係咪唔識得嚟金斯布里奇㗎啦？但我叫佢過嚟做我嘅工人，佢應該明㗎嘛？俾啲咩食啲咩？優亞克， 應該要保持距離。孕育就好嘈。Walter， 伊麗莎白話你會幫手，威脅 Walter， 但係我見漢姆雷夫人乜都唔講，直接離開。
Elizabeth claims you aren't such a bad person after all.
Am I not? Have you forgotten that I killed your family's steward?
Got problems over there, Walter?
Tell your guard to stand down. Have a heart.
So you think I'm a nice bloke, and you give me orders on how to handle my men? Don't make me laugh. Shoot!
What?
I promise, once my family is back in charge, things will get better for everyone.
我哋先用軟功，唔好咁硬講嘢。
I don't believe you.
啊
But it's not up to me to judge these things. I'll take you to Lady Hamley. She'll decide.
我仲想同呢個男人講多一兩句嘢，點知佢根本冇諗過同我講咁多嘢。哇
My lady.
Elizabeth, could you get me some water, dear?
Yes, my lady. But first I need you to wake up, my lady. There is someone who wants to see you. It's the Lady Aliena.
The Lady Aliena? When did that bitch become nobility again?
為我冒昧打擾而道歉。
I'm sorry for intruding.
而家我哋要求人揾人幫手做事。
As if anything you have to say could be of any importance to me.
你講嘅任何一樣嘢對我嚟講係
I'm
重要。
certain you've heard about the treaty the king made with Duke Henry at Wallingford Castle.
I have. I have also heard.
我哋要慢慢嚟嘅。佢哋我哋而家要令佢哋嘅強硬態度軟化。所以我哋係啦，我哋要俾啲耐性。
One that makes my family the rightful owners of this earldom once more.
Only by word. There's no one who would come to enforce this, not even the king.
喚醒佢嘅良知。
Don't you see what your son is doing to the land? Soon there won't be an earldom left to rule for anyone.
That's a lie. My William is a better earl than your father ever was. To think that I once wanted to marry my good William into a family like yours. Not a day goes by when I am not glad that God saved us from that horrible fate. And that he sent that monk to Bishop Waleran to unveil your father's evil plan.
No!
What monk?
That prior of Kingsbridge. Philip of Gwynedd.
What?
What?
Please, my lady. You need to hear her out.
Oh, my dear Elizabeth. Don't you see what she is trying to do to us?
If you don't listen, things will get worse for everyone. People are starving because of your son. They will rise up and come for you. They're already attacking Kingsbridge. It's only a matter of time till they come here.
My lady. The Lady Aliena came here to make things better.
She has only ever made things worse. She mocked my son for wanting to marry her.
She had every right to deny him.
What? How can you say that? He is your husband. He's good to you.
If it wasn't for Walter, I'm sure William would have killed me already.
What's going on here? What's that bitch doing here?
She's trying to bargain.
She's trying to take everything.
Is she?
Oh! Leave it.
Shut up, old man.
撳到，我要死啊！哦，喂，勁快喎！我想講啱啱，得，我要全集中下先。
What's going on here? What's that bitch doing here?
She's trying to bargain.
She's trying to take everything.
哇！佢阿媽完全係企喺佢個仔嗰邊。
Is she now?
Leave it.
Shut up, old man.
得。
Cut that whore up, Walter.
No. You brought this on yourself.
You bloody traitor! Someone get up here! Men! You will pay. You will all pay for this.
哦，好啦，我哋成為咗夏朗嘅伯爵啦又，就係如此簡單，我哋就係啦，做翻夏朗嘅伯爵。件事就係咁簡單，唉，惡魔嚟接你啦！也太弱，都正常嘅。佢都已經糖尿病咁款。你死咗啦？係啊。
William Hamley is dead.
威廉漢姆雷死咗。
What now?
而家點算啊
？Now we tell his
同佢啲僆講，話俾佢僆知而家喺度邊度睇。咁佢老母係咪都死啦？要佢心諗，我真係死咗。
Drop your weapons immediately!
Behold the banner of the new Earl of Shiring!
Everyone,
因為華爾特都幾識得睇。唉。
The castle now belongs to the former Earl's family again.
佢睇氣氛做事呢條友。
You're shitting us.
It was the king's wish.
Who killed him?
我殺嘅。
He died by my hand. My name is Lady Aliena of Shiring. I'm the daughter of Bartholomew, the former Earl of these lands. I've been tasked to end the tyranny of William Hamley and restore order to Shiring.
Our occupation of Shiring has been made unlawful. Every attack on us is sanctioned by the King of the English.
So what will happen to us then? I shall tell the king that William Hamley forced you to do his bidding. That every atrocity done to the people of Shiring was his doing and his alone. That is my final word. Ali, you helped me greatly.
咦，我冇做嘢，我就聽等個細路自己講。
Not you. Back when he made us swear the oath, you hesitated. I never forgot that. From now on, you can be my deputy, but in the end, I make the decisions.
Understood.
Let's talk about this later. The tyranny of William Hamley is over. The earldom of Shiring belongs to its rightful heir.
理查真係好似佢老豆咁樣，突然間諗起理查嘅復職啊，亨利二世經與所有嘅男爵商議後，同時為咗復行亞林福特條約，特此宣布夏朗及其轄區內每個城鎮都將歸還原本嘅主人，即使係昏王當政前嘅主人。根據條約中關於主權嘅規定，伯爵之位應由前任伯爵巴薩羅個仔女繼承，因此夏朗嘅理查將喺正式嘅職典禮中被任命為伯爵。OK。
Send a messenger to Kingsbridge to let Prior Philip know that Shiring is finally free.
What is it? Why are they laughing?
You can send a messenger if you want, but there won't be much of a prior left when he arrives.
Huh?
What's going on?
你喺冇人幫助嘅情況下入咗去伯爵嘅城堡，你冇同你父親嘅手下原來嘅騎士碰面。伊麗莎白冇離開伯爵城堡，一直陪你到最後。理查要求威廉嘅手下立即效命於佢。等陣先，如果我一開始咧冇俾刀伊麗莎白，然後我又要佢離開個城堡，即係叫佢去溫斯布利奇，咁我冇刀，咁我咪必死啊喺度？定係到時就會變咗係嗰個叫咩啊？華爾特嚟救我。理查要求威廉嘅手下即刻立命於此。理查將自己嘅任命為夏朗伯爵，冇回應你嘅要求。唔賣羊毛了嗎？說服失敗。我哋唔係話要將嗰個羊毛交俾伊麗莎白去做咩？我哋之前喺個廚房嗰度話，我哋要將啲壇生意交俾佢喎，好似話
The Pope believes we should either burn him or make him Bishop of Kingsbridge.
I have already taken matters into my own hands. My men arrested him while Kingsbridge was left unguarded.
我哋唔係加固嘅咩
His friends took Earl's Castle.
Yes.
At least in his death, William Hamley was of use to you.
好邪惡啊！呢度啲人。結局，夏朗審判之日。
Look at all these people. Seems like they're enjoying themselves.
They never change. You drooling dogs should be ashamed.
Shut up, you old hag.
老妖婦。
Helen?
I'm not feeling well.
I'll stay with you. Go ahead. We'll come after you. Quick! You can't be too late.
Is your mother ill?
It's not that. This is where they hanged my father.
The trial
阿蓮娜點解坐喺嗰度啊
The judges, brother of Stephen, King of the English, the Right Reverend Bishop Henry of Winchester, Her Highness, the Countess Lady Aliena of Shiring, presiding over the trial, the Right Reverend Bishop of Shiring and Kingsbridge, Waileron Bygod.
Please. The church is not without fault. We have gathered here today, before the eyes of God, to accuse one of our own. He wrote in his book that the Church and the papacy are not necessary as intercessors between God and man. That God is in man, that all men are equal, and that each sinner is as close to our Lord as the Pope himself. Now, we ask God for his judgment. For his is the kingdom, the power, and the glory. Not ours, and not yours. You stand accused of heresy. Philip of Gwynedd, how do you plead?
要點樣辯解啊
Answer!
Respond to Bishop Waleran.
我唔撚答，我唔撚答。
No answer. Your book and its teachings are answer enough. You are guilty.
I am deeply saddened. It may come as a surprise to you, but we had hoped to make you Bishop of Kingsbridge. Why has it come to this, Philip?
In part, I am to blame. I supported Philip in his early years. I demand that Philip be removed from his position of prior immediately.
No.
And that he remain in captivity until such time that Shiring and all of England have healed from the poisonous words he has dispersed.
No!
What? Yes?
質疑你嘅指控。
In what way exactly are Philip's teachings heretical?
Philip of Gwynedd has said that each of us is in part of a godly nature, for God has made us in his image. Therefore, he claims that none of us, not he, not the bishops, not even the Pope, is closer to God than any other man or woman.
Heresy! Christ made his apostle Peter his first pope. He and us, his church, hold the keys of the kingdom of heaven.
Yes!
The Bible also tells us, let a man be known by his actions. Philip made Kingsbridge into a prosperous place for its people and for the church you claim he disrespects.
That is true, Lady Aliena.
Yes. Let a man be known by his actions. Call in Remigius.
哇！佢啲證人全部都係佢嗰邊嗰啲人嚟。
Father Remigius.
My bishop.
Tell the court, Remigius, what you have told me.
For many years, I served as sub-prior of Kingsbridge. First for Prior James, then for the accused.
What was your first impression of him?
I was offended by his bluntness and accusations during the chapter discussions.
What else?
Prior Philip did not hesitate to give refuge to the people fleeing Earl's Castle in the winter that our king died.
Is that not a good deed? A true Christian act?
You do not know him as well as you think you do, Lady Aliena. Today, that will change.
The future master builder of our cathedral and his woman were among those taking refuge. They were living in sin. They were unmarried and fornicating. Philip allowed them to stay.
Why would he do that?
I do not know, my bishop.
Maybe because he himself was involved in similar affairs. We will see.
Then,
on the day of our first fleece fair, we were attacked.
I heard. It was terrible.
I tried to soothe the woman's pain by reading the scripture to her. The builder's woman I have spoken of tried to put a spell on her with poisonous herbs.
And Philip intervened.
點解佢而家咪又話我同嗰女人有路
He pushed me aside and gave the woman poison.
嗰個女人而家好似講翻嘢啦喎！我記得嗰個瑪麗係邊個啦？原來就係嗰個老公死咗嘅女人，傳召證人。我哋傳召證人瑪麗。
Mary's statue arrived in Kingsbridge. I did not believe it was a miracle.
我哋咪俾人掉石頭啦！
Clearly it is a
呢
miracle.
個奇蹟，
I hear of
聽好多人
many
講
who were
金斯布
healed
里奇
in
得到救治。
Kingsbridge.
Well, I soon realized it was a true miracle, but Philip did not. He was only after the money people donated at the Virgin's shrine.
咩啊？我明明話嗰個係相信神蹟嘅喎，乜都佢講晒。
I believe there is one more thing you have not told us about. Something very important.
Yes. Philip has fathered a child.
啊 ！Unbelievable!
A son. And he raised him in the priory.
He is guilty. Jonathan of Kingsbridge, step forward.
我比較想知道喬納森點睇。原來佢係我老豆。
Preposterous.
Is it?
Is this true? Are you Philip's son? Answer the question, Jonathan of Kingsbridge.
Philip has always been like a father to me. But he is not my father.
How do you know that?
He told me.
And how do you know he spoke the truth?
Speak.
反正佢真係可能係我老豆。
Philip would never lie. He told me that I was found in the woods.
In the woods? Is this true, Philip? Or are you lying? Well, you told the story so many times.
唉，
My brother found him.
你係好中意發言。
Brother. The brother whose master you betrayed.
What are you talking about?
Philip tried to involve me in a conspiracy against his brother's master, Earl Robert of Gloucester. And his ally, Earl Bartholomew, your father, Lady Aliena.
唔使播 BGM 啦，我已經知啦。
Philip took in all those refugees years ago because he was to blame for their fate. As he was for yours when you lost your father and your earldom. That, Lady Aliena, is the man you are trying to protect. Well...
原諒啦，原諒啦。
I know that he is a troubled man. We've all had to make hard decisions, decisions that seemed right at the time, when indeed they were terrible mistakes. I am thankful that I was forgiven when I made a mistake. Now I forgive him. Let us now return to the problem at hand. There is a man who witnessed how Jonathan was found in the forest. A man who can shed light on who Jonathan's father really is.
And who is that?
My husband.
Step forward.
其實而家唔係應該要見佢哋，叫佢哋嗰邊個工程師嚟講咩呢句説話？
He is the master builder of Kingsbridge.
Have you lost your courage?
No, I have not. You know well why it would be hard for me to face you. They call me Jack, after my father. My name is Jack Builder.
Yes, we have met before.
How old were you when you allegedly saw
唔
Jonathan
係
as
喎，
a
我應該
child
同
in
佢
the
講
woods?
我係 Jackson。咁佢會記得佢殺咗我老豆呢件事。
You were a child.
唉
And what were you doing there, in the woods?
I was living in the forest with my mother.
They were outlaws.
Prior Remigius is the most trustworthy witness we've seen today, and his statement was quite damning to Philip. The distant memories of an outlawed child cannot convince me otherwise.
He fathered a child!
Let him go! He would never do that!
都話傳召你哋個建築師出嚟。
Lady Aliena is right. We do not know enough to judge him as harshly as you proposed, Bishop Waleran.
You are right, Bishop Henry. As I said, it is not up to us to judge this man. We ask God for his judgment. As Bishop of Kingsbridge and Shiring, I demand an ordeal by fire.
This is madness!
Philip of Gwynedd will be tried and judged at the stake. If he is innocent, God will save him from the flames. If he is not, then he will burn as the heretic and sinner God has declared him to be.
No!
因為又話呢個係佢情婦啊，係咪啊？
Waleran, by God! Not this time.
It's her.
I saw the child and Francis. I was there. Philip is not the child's father. He is a fool, but he is a good man.
所以艾弗瑞去咗邊啊？
Then who is the father?
其實艾弗瑞講嘅咪得咯。
Tom Builder.
哦。
They are all in this together. This woman is a witch and an outlaw, living in sin with a thief. He was hanged in Shiring 30 years ago.
早晨。
He was not a thief. He was a good man. You've murdered him, Waleran, by God.
What is this nonsense?
He was a thief. He stole a golden chalice and melted it down and sold it.
What chalice?
我哋可以拎個杯出嚟。
Chalice of the Eucharist. He stole it from the Cathedral of Kingsbridge.
Sacrilege.
Yes, Friar James of Kingsbridge caught him red-handed.
So 聖杯。
Is that the chalice? You said it was melted down and sold.
Fall not for their lies.
因為個聖杯係假嘅。
This does not prove a thing.
Where did you find this chalice?
In a secret chamber. We believe Prior James hid it because he felt guilty for falsely accusing Jack's father.
What proof do you have?
He told me. The night the
你
cathedral
哋呢啲全部都唔係證據嚟㗎，
I
但
was
係。
there, I saw him.
Prior James died weeks before that.
No, he did not.
Bishop Henry, he speaks the
會唔
truth.
會一陣間佢突然間行出嚟嗰個人？
I will give you until sunset to produce a witness who can prove your accusations against Bishop Waleran.
日落之前去揾指控嘅
Not
證人。
just this chalice. If you fail to do this, I will make sure you are tried for defamation. Philip of Gwynedd, you will stay under arrest. The trial recommences at sunset.
但係又點樣去證明嗰隻杯係真
We need a witness.
What are you doing there?
I've seen you draw up plans for a cathedral. Maybe we can do something similar to find our witness. Let's see. Your father.
He looks just like you.
Huh?
My grandmother said he did.
And Bishop Waleran. What are the connections? Maybe, by exploring them, we can find a witness.
我呢個係我哋老豆。佢哋兩個有啲咩關聯？沃爾倫主教 Jack 嘅老豆。
Jack's father. If he was still with us, he could be our witness.
Maybe he still can.
吓？點啊？你去扮老豆啊？啊
Bishop Waleran is at the center of all this.
Waleran is a man who thinks of himself, not of others.
Mother says Waleran was behind my father's death.
And she said he wasn't alone. There were 3 men responsible for your father's death. Bishop Waleran, Percy Hamley, back then he was the Sheriff of Shiring, and Prior James of Kingsbridge.
而家個問題就係，如果
If they were all there, then they were all witnesses.
嗰個叫咩啊？
Waleran's still alive.
係咯，只係記得佢喎。
Coincidence. Why would these 3 men work together to falsely accuse your father?
He was on the White Ship. No one survived that night. No one lived to tell the story.
Yes. He was the sole survivor.
And then they killed him. But why?
哦，係因為嗰架船點解會沉喺沃爾倫搞㗎？點解啊？點解
And what about the ship?
The White Ship. Had those on board survived, there would have been no war, no anarchy. And mine. Percy Hamley was poisoned.
One less witness that knew about Waleran.
And Waleran probably wanted William to become Earl. He was easier to control than his father.
What about Regan Hamley?
因為我老豆整沉咗隻
She
船。
was taken to her townhouse in Winchester. And in her condition, she might not be
有可
able
能
to help
喎
at all.
所以係，但係我哋老豆唔係法國佬嚟嘅咩？點解我老豆會識佢哋？即係假設係我老豆整沉咗架船啦。等陣先，開始亂啦。
We must find a witness or Waleran will burn Philip. William Hamley's father. Now, what about Prior James?
沃爾倫呢個人高深莫測，金斯布里奇院長，佢喺大火中燒死咗。
If only James was still with us. He regretted what he did. Maybe he would have helped us to save Philip.
會唔會其實佢仲未死啊？
In a way, he is helping us. Without him, we would not have found the chalice.
等下先。
My father wanted to go to England. He was the only one who made it when the white ship sank. I wonder if my father ever learned why he was killed.
Percy Hamley was the sheriff of Shiring. Well, he could have ordered your father to be hanged.
But he was arrested and held in Kingsbridge first. Prior James claimed that my father had committed theft. James was the prior of Kingsbridge.
That's where they say your father stole the chalice, melted it and sold it.
But we know that's not true.
As we found it, Philip recognized the chalice.
But Bishop Henry wants a witness. The chalice isn't enough.
But it's an important lead for us. I think we're getting closer. Philip said that Prior James was an honest man. So perhaps Wayland forced him to falsely accuse your father.
Maybe.
That might explain why James was guilt-ridden. The monks still tell the stories about how James thought the devil was after him. So Wayland and the others claimed your father had stolen a chalice from Kingsbridge Cathedral, and that he sold it.
Yes.
We know that's not true, but we need a witness.
It's the only way to help Philip.
所以究竟我哋老豆同埋沃爾倫主教係有咩關係？即係我而家嘅諗法就係、嗱，假設我哋老豆咧搭呢架白船咧嚟呢度得我哋老豆生還，咁其實會唔會呢架白船點解會沉？其實就係 Jack 造成嘅。然後我忽然間好想去聽下 Jack 佢唱個 Jack 呢個叫咩 Jack 老豆造成嘅 Jack 老豆首歌究竟唱緊啲乜嘢？搞到我想翻去重聽，唔知佢播緊啲乜？等睇下先。係啦，所以係總之就係高度懷疑啦，係阿 Jack 佢令到呢架船咧沉嘅，所以佢先係最後生還者。咁然後呢個 order 係由沃爾倫落嘅命令，我咁諗啦。咁但係沃爾倫點解會識 Jack 阿老豆啊？好頭痛啊！我忽然間，跟住然後咧，咁佢知道啦，唔知佢邊個線人啦。我知啦，嗰個雷米，佢嘅線人雷米就同沃爾倫講，嗰個紅頭髮嘅 Jack 老豆，佢去咗金斯布利奇嗰個教堂，同阿沃爾倫講，沃爾倫就話好，咁樣我哋去搞掂佢，免除後患，咁樣啦。咁之後咧係啦，然後佢就聯絡呢度個詹姆斯院長，叫詹姆斯咧諗辦法。係啦，俾個辦法佢嘅，屈佢，特登去吊死佢咁樣啦。係啦，我估應該係呢個情況係咁樣噶啦。然後呢個又係聽佢講噶啦，所以即係總之吊死佢啦。然後咧係啦，因為佢知道內幕啦，所以咧最後咧佢都係啦，因為佢知內幕之餘，仲想背叛佢嘅。之前去做夏朗伯爵嘅時候咧。唔知點解最後啲錢唔係俾佢使嘅，所以佢好撚嬲，你都去死啦！係呢個人好多理由令到佢死嘅，總之佢死。咁但係而家最大嘅謎團就係點解我哋 又或者呢架船唔係我哋老豆整冧嘅，可能係沃爾倫有人整冧嘅呢架船，沃爾倫揾人整冧嘅，然後我哋老豆係總之我唔明白點解佢會盯上咗阿 Jack 嘅老豆，佢哋之間到底有啲咩關係
？Waleran, Percy, and James were behind the death of Jack's father.
係啊。
Waleran's face when he saw the chalice, that should have been proof enough. Why would Waleran, Percy, and James be concerned about the white ship?
The son and heir of King Henry was on board. So were other possible heirs and other members of the royal household. I heard that Stephen was supposed to be on the ship as well, but became ill. He was the only male heir. The only threats were the king's daughter Maud and her half-brother Earl Robert, and they've been at war ever since.
And your father, Earl Bartholomew. He was a threat. He tried to stop Stephen and paid for that with his life. Maybe my father saw something on the white ship. Proof that Stephen was involved.
What about the king?
I doubt we would ever be able to prove that the sinking was not an accident.
If the white ship is involved, then it's likely that Waleran was told by King Stephen to murder your father.
But he was not king back then. Why would Waleran listen to him?
He was promised to become bishop.
Of course.
Remember, Bishop Henry is Stephen's brother, and back then he was already one of the most influential clerics in all of England.
But if Bishop Henry is in on all this, what chance do we have to turn this trial around?
It is a public trial. All we want is for Philip to go free. We find a witness to expose Waleran. Henry would have to play along to appear innocent.
Are you sure that's a good idea?
It's our best shot.
It's possible that King Stephen asked Waleran.
Do you think Stephen would have approached Percy directly?
Because of the white ship? To help him cover up his tracks?
I don't think so. I think it's more likely that Waleran contacted Percy. Just like he did when he wanted Percy to arrest my father.
哇，好亂啊！
Percy could not have become Earl without Waleran's help. But then he was killed. Maybe he wasn't as useful an Earl as Waleran had hoped.
How are Prior James and Percy Hamley connected?
Not at all, I would guess.
Except through Bishop Waleran.
Yes. He needed James to arrest my father and Percy Hamley to hang him.
Now both of them are dead. That can't be a coincidence.
If Stephen was responsible for the sinking of the White Ship, then he may have wanted the only witness of what really happened to disappear.
But he wouldn't have done it himself, of course.
No. I wonder if my father ever learned why he was killed. Do you think the king told James to arrest my father?
No. I find it much more likely that James was instructed to frame your father as Archdeacon.
If Stephen is involved, then his brother Bishop Henry would be as well. It's possible that King Stephen asked Waleran to kill Jack's father.
我 我諗而家應該係要畫多張圖，就係畫嗰個叫咩啊？亨利族主教，但係咧唔知點樣畫。
If the king is behind all this, what chance do we have to stop Waleran and save Philip?
We must do our best.
Hardly a coincidence that the king's heirs all died on that ship. Maybe my father knew what happened.
Is King Stephen behind all? Maybe Stephen never came up with the plan to hang your father.
You mean Waleran did it because he heard rumors and wanted to get closer to Stephen and Bishop Henry? Maybe.
Waleran, Percy, and Jane.
It is unlikely Pride. The chalice was used to kill the last survivor of the White Ship.
Yes.
Percy was involved in the hang.
My father survived the sea. Hardly a coincidence that the king's heirs all died on that ship. Maybe my...
Stephen always claimed that it had been God's will that he was not, that he remained as the only...
That wasn't God. I bet Stephen had a hand in the sinking of the ship.
Now imagine what would have happened if he had learned that someone survived. Someone who might have seen what really happened that...
Waleran, Percy.
I wonder if my father ever learned... If my father had not come to England, none...
Perhaps.
Or maybe it would have happened to someone else.
That's true. Waleran would have hurt others, and will prove...
Do you really believe...
Well, that would at least explain why Waleran asked Bishop Henry to be...
Right. He's Stephen's brother. They seem... Waleran is a man who...
We must find...
The three people who murdered...
我又點樣戳佢哋嘅對話出嚟？其實我覺得已經傾夠啦，你哋班人講夠未啊
I think that's... Your father was locked... Maybe, but who? Your father was locked up in our priory.
James claimed that your father... But instead, James himself hid it in...
We found his scourge in a bed down there.
That...
嗰個密室好關鍵，係咯，我哋可唔可以再翻去望多次
？We're close.
Jack 喺呢個密室嗰度俾人揾。
The chalice in Kingsbridge and that it was hidden away proves your father was innocent. But it doesn't prove that Waleran is behind it.
Why was the chalice hid and by...
You said Prior James was full of regret. He probably couldn't just destroy the chalice. Not even after he used it to frame your father. It was the chalice of the Eucharist, after all. And...
The secret room was there, almost as if it was lying in wait. Everyone thought Prior James, and now we know he was...
Why did his monks believe he was dead?
Sub-Prior Remigius told everyone he had found James' rosary by the river. So everyone thought the body had been washed away. They buried an empty casket.
But how is Remigius involved?
Philip told me that Remigius was there when Waleran made Philip prior. Waleran and Remigius knew each other.
That explains why Waleran later made Remigius prior of Shiring.
And Remigius recognized my mother when we arrived in Kingsbridge. He must have been there at the time my father was arrested. I think Remigius knows all about this.
Is it possible that Waleran told Remigius to make Prior James disappear?
我哋最後要雷米嚟做我哋嘅證人，佢肯唔
James started talking to the devil.
But for some reason, Remigius hid him away. But Waleran never knew.
Huh?
Yes. That explains why he really didn't believe you. When you said you had seen James in the fire.
Where James died after all. And Remigius thought no one knew.
We have to find Remigius. He's our witness.
Let's hurry. It's getting dark already. The trial will continue soon.
People know you two. You shouldn't walk around shiring like that.
He's right.
I'll go look for him.
All right. Take care of yourself. And Jonathan.
Yes?
We will talk later about what was said today. About Tom.
All right. Remigius, now where are you?
"死啦！咁樣，如果係咁嘅話，佢應該會死吧？會唔會其實沃爾倫見到佢我哋遞嗰隻聖杯出嚟嗰一刻咧，佢會即刻會懷疑雷米吉爾斯，然後雷米吉爾斯已經死咗。
No one may approach the pyre. Bishop Henry's orders.
All right.
Do you want to go in, Father?
No, not yet.
Are you not with Prior Philip?
Yeah.
I pray they'll set him free.
He's a good man.
He is a heretic!
You're fools! Look at yourselves!
Forgive them, Father.
We don't judge him, but God will!
我哋啲係沃爾倫嘅死忠嚟嘅呢啲大房子。
Remigius? I don't think he's here. Wait, was that him?
嗰個人邊位啊？鬼鬼
I
祟
think I
祟
saw。him.
哇！佢俾人追殺緊喎！嗰個咪就係沃爾倫嘅殺手。
Hello? The door's open. Is anyone there?
You had one task.
By God! No!
Our bishop is very displeased.
快啲去救人啦 ！What are you doing？ 我真係問你 What are you doing 嘅。另外一個咧知好多嘢嘅就係呢個叫提莫西嘅人咯。喂，俾啲力，俾啲力。
Stay away! This does not concern you! No!
Who told you to do this?
No one!
哦，提莫西好順利咁樣由嗰個窗口嗰窿掉出街。我都好多個問號，點解突然間睇唔開飛咗出去
I will tell you. I will tell everyone.
？OK， 我哋救咗佢條命，我哋而家又
witness?
Father Remigius, Prior of Shiring.
Where is Timothy?
你嘅愛人已經死
What they
咗
told。you is true. Bishop Waleran wanted the jongleur Jacques Cherbourg dead. He ordered our Prior James to frame him. And so he did.
This is a lie!
Is it?
James lost his mind because of what he did for you. He was about to tell everyone the truth. And then you ordered me to kill him.
Nonsense.
Let him speak.
I couldn't do it. I hit him, but he died in the fire. Jack saw him. It was him. I found the bones after the fire, and I buried them.
You should put an end to this, Henry. You really should.
Why would I?
You should stop this, for your own sake. You knew about all this.
Why would I care if that jongleur lived or died?
Your brother cared. The jongleur survived the sinking of the white ship.
你哋而家係悄悄話定係咩啊？
Saw how your brother's men killed the king's family so that he could take the throne.
This is preposterous.
Bishop Henry and King Stephen ordered us to kill the man.
你好似好大聲喎！嚇！你咁樣喺度講可以嗎？
That's the truth.
嚇
Right there.
It is not.
哇！
Waileran is a liar.
Regan Hamley.
Who is she?
I have waited long enough for
我
this
等呢
day.
個都等得耐啦。
It is time I raise my voice. The woman, Ellen, she spoke the truth. 3 men were responsible for the death of the jongleur. James, the prior of Kingsbridge. The sheriff, my husband, Percy Hamley. But it was Waileran who was behind it. And only Waileran.
No!
He had heard rumors about the White Ship, about our king. He had hoped to win the king's favor by hanging an innocent man.
But it was not just me. They all knew.
Take him away.
Wow.
This is for taking my husband's life.
It was Waileran.
係咪要火刑啊？火刑佢。
Oh, we did it. It's over.
Yes, it's over.
Thank you, Lady Hamley.
係咩？
This monk must learn his lesson.
The Pope would agree. This trial is not over. He challenged the teachings and the authority of the Church. The ordeal of fire will take place.
吔屎啊佢！
To show that the Church is not above God. To show that my brother, the King of the English, is not above God. Not we, but God shall judge this man.
This is madness!
No! They can't do this!
Philip! No! You cannot do this!
This is now a matter of the Church, Lady Aliena. My brother, the King, and I accepted the traitor Waileran into our midst. We were fools and sinners, even if we did not know. I pray that our Lord will save Philip from these flames, for his salvation shall be a salvation for all of us sinners.
Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven.
Light the fire!
Oh no! Oh!
There must be something we can do.
Stop this madness!
我哋有冇有求雨啊？ 菲利普被處以火刑係一定嘅事定係點啊？到底？啊！菲利普死咗，係咪啊？菲利普係點都會死定點㗎？呢度有邊位啊？行到龜咁慢，行快啲啦！不過雷米同埋之前嗰個教主，佢哋都幾基情。如果係咁，啊，菲利普，菲利普，走回家，就快到啦。我隻腳好痛，就到啦。我隻腳好痛，睇嚟有神跡出現，可能真係呢，燒燒下突然間落雨。哇！我哋嘅修道院起好啦，好靚。院長，
Ah, Philip.
It is so good to see you, Jonathan.
Tell me, how are things at St. John in the Forest?
Francis is well.
That is wonderful.
Yes, he enjoys the life there. You look worried, Jonathan.
Well, you have a visitor. He just arrived.
Is that not a good thing, Jonathan? Who is it?
That is just it. I wasn't sure if you wanted to see him.
邊位啊？沃爾倫？
It has been a long time.
好耐冇見啦。
Yes.
係啊。
It has.
真係耐。
I had
佢都冇死。
No, what? The truth is, I never saw God or the devil. Have you?
Oh Lord, deliver us from evil. Our Father, who art in heaven, my God, hallowed be thy name. There must be something we can do.
Stop this madness! Are you blind? Do you not know that a fire will burn any man, no matter who he is?
Why are you doing this?
After Wayland's words, there is doubt in their hearts about my motives, about my brothers. No words can erase that doubt, but God can. Our Lord is a cleansing fire.
He's still alive. It's a miracle. He is among us. God is here.
所以究竟係點整啊？應該係阿 Jack 搞佢啲水蒸氣咯，但係我唔明點解咁勁可以滅咗個火。
We have to stop this.
No, Jack. Come.
My God.
No, but that's what they see.
哦。
The water. It's dousing the flames. It's a trick.
To them, it's a miracle.
哦，即係其實一開始就冇諗過要處死佢，但係就依然係咁。
If you or your friends ever mention the white ship again, I promise you will take Prior Philip's place, and God will not be as forgiving.
Their faith in you and your church is restored. I say it was worth sparing that monk's life. Promise me that Waileran will suffer.
Philip? Yes?
Did you see God? Did he save you that night?
我應唔應該答佢？我想聽佢答咩。
I told him. He only smiled at me. I never saw him again, as long as I lived.
哇！你個交通好靚。
Philip，
但點解啲棚咧10年都唔拆嘅？哇！個仔
walk all the way again?
Just part of it.
哇
Old fool.
Ellen stayed in Kingsbridge. I thought I had lost God, that he did not
哇
watch
都老
over
啦，佢
us.
哋都出晒白頭髮啦。
But now I see him every day. He is in the good we do, in how we show our love.
嗌罰水咧咁。
Jack's hands had become rough, his hair grey, but his eyes still burned bright like hot coals.
It's good to see you.
Aliena's gaze could be as stern as her father's had been, but her heart and wit made her a leader people did not follow out of fear, but out of respect and loyalty.
Jonathan told us you had a visitor.
Just an old friend.
What do you think of this window?
Jonathan came to look more and more like his father, Tom. As Prior of Kingsbridge, he is also a builder of sorts.
I use mostly warm colours. What good are the large windows if it feels cold?
Sally is as stubborn and as gifted as her parents. It is her stained glass windows the light is falling through. She has children of her own now.
And I'd like to show you the plans for the new cloister.
Tommy will be the next master builder and is as silent as his grandfather was. Once I heard him admonish his father to be more serious at work. Jack only smiled. He knew Tommy was right. Martha stayed in Kingsbridge as well. She was always there for every one of us.
Is the judge done now?
I don't know. Why don't you ask him yourself?
Is the judge done now?
要10年終於起好啦，
Not in my lifetime. Not in
永
yours.
遠都起唔完，好啱嘅。
Remember us for what we did, for who we were, and maybe for
咁
what
但係
we
嗌罰稅咧
tried to be. And when you turn your eyes to our cathedral, maybe you will see yourself.
你做咗啲乜嘢？你應承咗，你回答咗沃爾倫提出關於上帝嘅問題，你完成咗聖典春秋嘅劇情。好啦，睇嚟係真係完啦。阿哥嘅存在處理得幾差，我都覺我覺得應該要至少交代下去，定係唔係？其實呢個係我嘅錯，因為嗰陣時咪話我哋去追蹤證人嘅，咁嗰段期間其實咧阿哥咧喺隔離嘅，佢喺條街隔離，但係因為嗰個人，因為我知道佢係追殺人啊嘛，咁佢就死啊嘛，咁我梗係衝去救嗰個就死嗰個啦。咁總之阿哥就喺隔離飲緊酒，可能嗰個就係最後一個同佢傾偈嘅位，咁我會有個交代。咁但係因為我趕住去救嗰個人，根本冇咗呢個嘢。但係我覺得就算係點，佢都應該至少露個面。講下話咩？阿包對艾佛水咧，咁佢咧就去咗法國去深造佢嘅建築咁樣之類嘅，佢好慘喎！即係如果嗰度，即係如果咧嗰陣時嗰個位我唔係揾佢嘅話咧，佢嗰個存在感咧仲衰過阿沃爾倫條靚。阿沃爾倫條靚都話咩？原來做盡壞事，成日要幫阿沃爾倫去做污糟嘢，跟住最後黐撚咗線，跟住就碌咗出街。嗰個都叫有啲交代啊！阿哥真係，等我睇下有冇機會可以咧翻去嗰個位同阿哥講最後一句說話。佢真係全 game 最慘男人嚟。同埋咧，其實我覺得即係咧唔講阿哥啦，阿連娜嗰個戇鳩細佬咧，即係去打仗嗰個，其實我都覺得佢講佢嗰啲嘢，佢都唔多講嘅。總之就係，即係佢本身佢好似都仲戇鳩鳩咁，但係過咗一排就突然間正常咗咯個人。然後佢又冇講話佢有冇同嗰個阿妹一齊。咁總之就係咁咯。佢做咗伯爵嘅最後，咁做咗伯爵應該就唔會同阿妹一齊啦。咁然後嗰個俾我哋救咗嗰個嗰個伊麗莎白入去嗰邊，係咪播完呢個片尾曲會有後日談？開個燈先。忽然間都想問一個問題：阿爾弗雷德同埋艾弗瑞呢兩個中文嘅英文係咪都係 Alfred 啊？所以其實阿爾弗雷德同埋艾弗瑞點解都係佢個？定係其實阿爾弗雷德係艾弗雷德係阿爾弗雷德艾弗瑞？所以湯標大嗰個全名叫湯姆艾弗瑞。我去到隻 game 完咗都冇搞清佢啲名究竟。得啦，呢個應該已經睇咗好多次，可以飛了吧？睇咗3次啊！呢個睇下先。如果繼續喺邊度開始？呢度 等先，繼續章卷嘅意思，唔係繼續嘅意思就係睇佢嘅最尾嗰一章，啟動章卷就係成章開始。所以個重點就係如果我平時唔 save 開嘅話，我係唔可以逐章咁樣睇嘅。好啦，咁真係冇啦。咁我係啦，咁大體咧就叫做咧睇完呢個叫上帝之柱嘅 game 啦嚇。咁其實我覺得都算係唔錯嘅劇情 game 嚟講，佢啲劇情都 OK 嘅。我諗下先。咁如果係喎，如果我追唔上佢，我係咪都可以叫艾佛瑞去做我哋嘅證人啊？艾佛瑞可以證明啲咩？但艾佛瑞證明唔到啲咩喎？可能如果我哋追唔上嘅話，咁我哋就 GG。好啦。讀取係冇嘢好讀取嘅，咁樣辛苦晒大家，我哋嘅上帝之柱啊，終於都完結啦。今日咧都已經係5:09，咁啊去到呢度先啦。我哋下次可能係開呢個叫咩啊？呢個篤毛公仔啊，即係叫咩？整呢個毛公仔卡斯塔嘅台，係我哋手工台要嚟啦。咁但係咧，其實咧我好困惑，因為咧我唔知道手工台咧。首先咧，我咧要去有呢個 cutting mat 先。第二咧就係咧手工台咧，我要點樣擺 cam，我要點樣 set cam，我係零知啊！而家就係，即係點啊？即係平時咧我 cam 咧咁啊係 live 2D 啦。咁我要 cam 加 cam，我咪要兩個 cam，即一個 cam 咧就係 live 2D， 另外一個 cam 咧就係影住隻手，點樣影？哇，好困擾！我忽然間覺得呢件事我係從來都未開始研究過。但係其實唔係，我覺得我去研究呢個 cam 之前咧，我應該仲可以做其他嘢，就係咧整公仔咧係要畫設計圖嘅，然後咧我哋可以開一台咧係畫設計圖先。呢件事咧應該咧就會喺下個月睇下先，我望下個日曆先。我唔知點解，我覺得好忙啊！唉，我想講一個好老嘅發言，唔知有冇人咧覺得咧年紀一大好老啊！真係年紀一大啦，跟住咧，然後就覺得啲日子過得好快，好似阿菲利普咁樣瞬間變白頭，我覺得。一年好似一瞬間咁，睇下先。2月有幾多個星期二啊？1個、2個、3個、4個。而喺呢4個星期二入邊，我應該得3個星期二係得閒。唉，之後再算啦。好啦，辛苦晒大家啊，好凍。咁樣呢，係啦，總之就係咁樣啦。辛苦晒大家跟呢個上帝之柱跟到呢一度，今日就拜拜先，拜拜。